You know what it is. Let me know if y'all can hear me. I know y'all can't see me, but now you can. Now you see me, now you can't. It's your boy, the NetworkBruh. Hopefully you guys were on the Discord server and you would have known about this LiveLab if you would have been on the Discord server. Because y'all know typically I stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But your boy got some time today. So I'm going to launch up GNS3. I'm going to do this on GNS3 today. Y'all know because we're doing a little freestyle Fridays. So we're basically going to take all the topics we learned today. And there go GNS3. While that is loading up, I'm going to write down all the topics we learned this week. Let's see. I put it on the another one right here. Move that one out of the way. All right. What do we do today? This week rather. Let's just call this one Freestyle Friday 2. Power on the GNS3. Let me turn off packet. Eve. Let's see here. Turn that bad boy off. Yeah, power that boy off. Freestyle Friday 2. Hopefully, do I want to download it? No. Okay. I'm gonna let's see. Let me drag and drop 2 routers. I think I'm gonna put single area OSPF between these 2. Oh Lord. Oh, I think we gotta wait till the VM come up. That's the reason why I'm getting that error. So we'll give it a couple minutes here. Shout out to Professor Black Ops in the building. Appreciate you for tuning in. Y'all give me a minute while that's loading up over there because this VM got to load up. All right, my bad, y'all. Got my little sticky note here. Where did it go? There you go. All right, so we're going to do some OSPF, single area OSPF, right? What else? I'm going to put all this stuff. Actually, I'm going to put it in a sticky note. I'm going to put it on the text right here. We can put a note here. Scroll up. Scroll to the left. To the left. To the left. Note. No. Delete. Remember, we just freestyling here. We just coming up with can you add a note like that? Okay, here we go. OSPF. Single area OSPF to be exact, right? Single area. We ain't got to do it in this order. I'll probably do a strike through when we're done with each one. We got what else? We had DHCP. We did InterVLAN routing. What else we did? We did spanning tree root bridge. We set the root bridge manually for a separate VLAN, right? What else we did? We changed the spanning tree mode to RSTP plus, was it? I believe that's what we changed it to. I can't remember. What else we did? Y'all remember what else we did? Thanks for coming to my lunch and learn. Yeah, appreciate that, man. I didn't know you did live streams, man. I just happened to get a notification. I was like, oh snap, Professor Black Ops is live streaming, and I was actually at work, so you know. That's why I didn't really get to watch the whole stream, so I might replay it or whatever. But wasn't even sure who was that dude. Was like he like a I don't know. I didn't know if he was a recruiter for IT or something or what exactly he did. But I got a glimpse of it and that was it. So But yeah, y'all check out Professor Blackhouse for any cybersecurity stuff. And apparently he does live streams. I didn't even know that, bro. But glad I was able to catch at least a couple minutes of it. I might have to play the replay though, because like I said, I was at work, so I didn't get to watch the whole thing.
Bruh.
All right, what else we did? Y'all remind me, man. Let me get the book, man, if y'all ain't gonna remind me. Remember, we're just gonna be freestyling all these topics. We're gonna try to put them all together. We did EIGRP. We did EIGRP for sure. But when we did it, he kind of, remember, he put it in two separate autonomous systems. He put it in two separate ASs, and then he was like, try to get them to learn routes from each other. Little did we know that he was trying to introduce redistribution. So maybe we'll either do redistribution or just put a single autonomous system. We don't know. We'll see. I haven't really messed with redistribution very often, so I might put that in there. What else he did? We enabled RSTP plus. Set the root bridge manually. Chap with PAP fallback. Chap with PAP fallback. And maybe we may or may not do all these right now, because some of it, you know, maybe we might get stuck. Who knows? And I'm not going to scream for no 10 hours until the shit work. You know what I mean? Oh, RIP version 2. We did RIP version 2. Damn, we covered a lot this week, didn't we? We covered a lot. RIP version 2. What else we did? Trunking and VTP. Jesus, that's a lot of topics. I guess that's what happens with these challenge labs, right? Trunking and VTP. What else? Switch port security. Did we do that? Or was that last week? I can't remember. We did static IPv6 routes. NAT Overload. When did we do NAT Overload? Was that last week? I don't know, but we're going to try to mix all this shit up in this topology. Again, this is, if you're just tuning in, Freestyle Fridays. I typically don't stream on Fridays. And let me get myself out of the way here. Hold on, because I'm a little too... Y'all don't need to see all of that, right? I don't know, my pretty face over there. Unlock that bad boy. Yoink. Right? You don't need all that from me, right? What else we need to do here? So we're gonna try to cover all of those topics. I don't remember if we did NAT Overload this week or last week. I can't even remember. I've been streaming so much this week. He's an incident response manager, disaster recovery. Okay, that's what's up. So he like jump on bridge calls and be like, what the hell's going on here? Why is this shit broken, right? Basically. What else we did? I believe NAT pool was last week. Static IPv6 routes and switch port security. I think we'll just do those two. We ain't gonna put too many stuff in here. So static IPv6 routes and also switch port security. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with the should I start with the core of my network? I'm gonna make it similar to the lab that we did that had most of these technologies, which was, what lab was that? That was challenge lab number, challenge lab number 10. In that lab, we did DHCP, InterVLAN routing, and RIP version 2. So with that, we could do some VTP, some trunking, etc. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna do something similar to that. In that lab, I remember he had 2 switches in the middle, right? For sure. So go ahead. And you ain't got to do it exactly like the way I'm doing it. Remember, that's why I call it Freestyle Fridays. Come up with your own shit, man. But if you want to copy me, that's cool too. So definitely had 2 switches like this. I'm going to go ahead and cable these bad boys back to back. 0 to 0. Let's see. He definitely has some routers on the sides like this right here, because this is how he came up with the InterVLAN routing. Remember, he had this guy be a DHCP server. Remember, this guy was a DHCP server. So I'm gonna put, and then he had one on each local area network. So I'm gonna drag and drop some like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. If ransomware hit, he has to roll over to alternative site. Cisco and DNS seamless go to alternative site. Okay, that's what's up. So basically, fail over to a working site while they, I guess, recover the other site. We should have asked him how often, or has he had to ever pay ransomware? Because that's one topic. That's one thing I really want to know. I believe Josh asked that to some cybersecurity guy on his channel when he did his little interview this week. But I really want to know, like, do people actually pay this ransomware? Like, people do, I think, but it's crazy, man. Like have the backup of the backup, man. I have yet to have a backup of my shit, but I definitely need to do that. So, let's see here. I'm gonna cable these guys up all together like this. Remember, yours ain't gotta be exactly like mine. Just know that, okay, I'm gonna put that on 1. I'm gonna put 2 on, oh, oops, let's do this. This is router number 2. Come on, man. I'm gonna put 0, 0 to port number 2. Like that. And then this is gonna be on port number, that's all you can do. I'll put that on port 2. That's not what I wanted to do. Port 0 to port number 2. And then from here, I'm gonna go port 0. I was trying to connect it to itself. Duh. Come on, NetworkBruh. Port number 3, like that right there. I have a laptop with only 16 gigs of RAM, so I'm not gonna power all these bad boys up at the same time. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off with putting these bad boys right here. I'm gonna create some VLANs, make this a client, make that a server. So this is pretty similar to what we did. I believe that was Monday. I don't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, has anybody gotten hit by ransomware and actually had to pay it in here in this room? Y'all let me know. Don't be embarrassed. I know I've been hit. Well, I haven't been hit, but a site that I worked at did get hit with ransomware. But it was just like one little PC. It got hit, and I was like, this is when I first learned about it. I want to say about in 2016 or something like that. I was doing desktop support in this PC. I was like, what the heck is this? Looked it up. I was like, they actually want me to pay this. Like, no, motherfucker. And I re-imaged the machine. Like, and that's when I learned about ransomware and what it was about and stuff like that. I'm like, damn, this will be a good hustle right here, man. Not that I was trying to be on the other team there, the hacker team. What's the difference between, was it red team and blue team? One is offensive, one is defensive. Could you enlighten us, Professor Black Ops? Because y'all know I don't know too much about cybersecurity or hacking and shit like that. So, let's see. I'm gonna power this guy right here on. Power this guy on. I'm gonna make the one on the left a client, the other one on the right a server for VTP, right? Y'all remember what VTP is, right? VLAN trunking protocol. Allows us to create VLANs and administer them with a little bit less legwork, I guess. Let's change this color to, I don't know. We'll go with orange for now, right? And apply. Well, this will be our VTP domain, right? I guess. But see, that's the thing. Lower that. The thing with this, I wanna do some more stuff between these two. I'm gonna make these guys OSPF neighbors or whatever. I don't know. Or EIGRP neighbors. Maybe I'll do that. I'll make them EIGRP neighbors. That's what I'll do. I'm gonna console into, this guy's gonna be switch 1. This guy's gonna be switch 2. Right? I hope you guys are doing the same thing. Remember, you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing as far as the topology goes. This is the stuff we covered this week, right? So just make sure whatever topology, however yours look like, make sure you add this stuff into it. So try to work with single area OSPF. Put in some DHCP in there. Put in some InterVLAN routing. Sprinkle a little bit of mama's cooking and do some STP, do an STP root bridge, set the root bridge manually. Maybe do that for 2 separate VLANs. Change the mode to RSTP plus, etc., etc., etc. Just go along this little list here and just let me know how you guys, if you're getting stuck somewhere or whatever, because this is what we do on Freestyle Fridays. Y'all ain't exactly following me, just mixing up the topologies or the technologies that we work with this week, right? Monday through Thursday. Remember, again, I typically stream. I sound like a goddamn robot, right? I stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today is Freestyle Friday. I typically don't stream on Fridays. Here is the link to the Discord server if I do happen to stream on a day that I don't typically stream. you'll get a notification on the Discord server there. That guy's gonna be router 4. This guy's gonna be router 3. I powered these guys on. I'm consoled in the switch 1 yet. I don't think I did. I guess not. I'm consoled in the switch 1. I'm not gonna power these guys on because I only have 16 gigs of RAM on my laptop. But it's all good though. Let's see. He said the red team attacks and attempts to break into the blue team's defenses. Gotcha. Okay, because I keep hearing those terms. Okay, so the red team is the attackers and the blue team is the defense. All right, gotcha. The blue team is responsible for regularly analyzing enterprise systems to properly protect them, identify vulnerabilities, and evaluate the effectiveness of security tools and policies. Gotcha. So they the team that's like making sure that the doors are locked. They kind of like doing their rounds across the network infrastructure, making sure we don't have, like you said, vulnerabilities or anything like that. Whereas the red team are the people that are just trying to find the holes in the system. And yeah, that's what I thought about. I was like, that'd be cool to try to break into a system, man. But do it ethically, obviously. That's what they call what? Ethical hacking, right? But I don't know, something about security didn't really. I don't know. I'm just kind of passionate about route switch. Eventually, I think I want to do some security, but I don't know exactly what. I also want to get in the cloud, so I don't know, man. Who knows? Who knows where the clouds will take me, right? Pardon the pun. Router 1 is going to be over here. Router 3, let me move these guys over so that way I can have some some space for my CLI there, right? I'll move these guys like that, right? Y'all let me know if y'all can see everything. There go my CLI, right? So I'm going to switch 1. I'm going to change him to host name SW1. We're going to make him a VTP server, which he probably already is, right? Because remember, when we take it out of the box, we do a show VTP status, and he's already a server, right? So I'm going to make this guy a client. I'm consoling him. And then I think I'm going to make them two. Where's my note? Where's my note at? Style, duplicate. Let's see, style. So you can't put text in there, can you? You actually got to put in a text. Jesus, man. Come on, GNS3. GNS3, VTP, we'll call the domain the bruh domain, VTP bruh, and then I'm going to put it in OSPF as well. Yeah, we'll put it in OSPF. This will also be OSPF backbone, right? The OSPF dash backbone. And if you don't know how to set that up, you'll be able to watch watch me set up, I guess, OSPF there. So this will be our OSPF and VTP domain. Am I logged on to switch 1? Yes, or switch 2 rather. Go to enable global config mode. Change the host name to SW2. Right. Professor Black Ops also said application defense. The purple team. Oh, there's a purple team too. Shit, I didn't realize that. A purple team is a bit misleading. The purple team is in fact not a standalone team, but a mix of blue and red team members. Oh, so they kind of like the middleman and try to work with each other, right? So tell the blue team, hey, look, man, you got all these vulnerabilities. You might need to fix this. And then we'll look at the red team and be like, hey, look, I think they got some vulnerabilities here, or we got some holes here. These applications don't have this kind of like hardening. Kind of work together between the two teams, right? I didn't realize there was a purple team, man. I see you learn stuff every day, especially Professor Black Ops. Yeah, I said I was gonna make switch to a client, right? Oops, mode client. I'm gonna name this the bruh domain, right? So VTP domain bruh. We'll call it bruh 5 for some reason. I don't know why, right? And then switch 1. He's already a server, right? As I pointed out right there. And we're gonna put him also in the bruh domain, bruh. Oops, bruh. VTP domain is bruh 5. What else I want to do? I want to also make it a, give it a password. Let's give it a password. We don't want to give it an easy password, right? Jason said, this is the first time I heard of a purple team. That's what's up, man. Me too. news to me, right? That's why I'm glad Professor Blackout's in here teaching us more about cybersecurity and stuff. I don't really know much about security stuff. I know I definitely want to get get a little bit more into it, especially with ransomware becoming rampant, and there's just like so many breaches, man. When I first got hired on as a network engineer for the school system, I was in charge of handling the SolarWinds infrastructure. You already see where I'm headed with this, right? Maybe about a month or two into it, I built the whole infrastructure, upgraded everything from SNMP version 1 to version 3, and then bam, they got the breach from for SolarWinds, right? We had to take it offline, right? Make sure we see if we had I think there was like a virus signature or whatever. I can't remember what it was. I think it was a virus signature. If we had it in our box, we had to make sure that we took it offline, really. So we took it offline. It was identified. And then we had to apply the hotfix. And then instead of bringing it back online, we just ended up rebuilding the whole thing. So I had to rebuild the entire infrastructure again. But luckily I already upgraded. The most of the legwork was having to upgrade all the devices to SNMP3. So security is very important, man. Y'all know that, man. Look at the Colonial Pipeline ransomware attack, man. There's just so much going on, man. So if y'all can get into security, man, that's why I'm glad Professor Black Ops is in here schooling us about that stuff. So I said I wanted to give him a password, right? VTP. I want to show y'all something about the password. If you do show VTP status, that gives us what? It gives us information about which version of VTP we're running. Actually, what it's capable of. Then what we're running. We're running version 1. The domain name is bruh5. We have, what else we have here? Pruning mode, VTP traps generation. We ain't getting to all of that, right? We didn't do all of that. And it tells us which mode we're in. We're in server mode, right? But it doesn't give us information about the password. What do we do? Show run. You do show run. Obviously, it's going to give us the whole running configuration. So let's filter that down, right? Show, run, and then pipe, let's say section VTP to show me only the VTP configurations, right? And then what do we have? We have what we just did. Oh, we didn't do anything on this one. Let's see. Did we do anything in here? Section, show, run. We did do something. What am I talking about? Oh, you got to do all caps, right? VTP, section VTP. Oh, I mean config mode. Show, run, pipe, section, all caps, VTP. Or is it lowercase VTP? I guess it's lowercase. Let's try it lowercase, or maybe there's not a VTP section in the running configuration. Interesting. How about include? Let's do that real quick. Include VTP. Do that. Because we did something with VTP in here. All caps VTP? What the fuck? I guess nothing is in the configuration for VTP. Interesting. That's good to know. Real quick, let me see something. Let me look up everything that's in the running configuration real quick. Y'all know I don't like to show run very often, but you got a space bar through all this goddamn shit. And look at there. What happened to the stuff that I just did for VTP? Remember we did the domain, show VTP status. We put it in bruh5 domain. I guess that's not in there. And in the client, all of that, that's not in there. That's interesting. Nor is the password, obviously. So we didn't set no password. But in order to see that, show VTP, right? You do show VTP. And then you can do that stuff right there. But if you want to see the password, you have to actually do show VTP password. Obviously, it's not configured, so I'm going to set a password. I just want to do that for now. VTP password is, let's go with, I don't know, man. I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to, just because Professor Black Ops is right over there, I'm trying to come up with a more stringent password or a harder password. But I'm gonna just go with Cisco 5, just in case I forget that motherfucker. So Cisco 5, right? We'll put a $S and then CO5, right? Because we don't want him to cringe over there and be like, man, this man putting admin as the password. What's wrong with you, man? Go to global config mode and do the same thing on this side, right? Even though they're in the same domain, let's see, he is not going to, well, see, he's the client, so that's why it didn't give us that error. And we'd have put the password on here. You would have seen an error on that. But let's see. VTP password is going to be Cisco $5, right? Cisco with the $, and then the number 5 at the end, all caps, right? We set the password there. I'm going to create some VLANs on this guy and hope that they propagate over to this guy. But before we do that, we need to make this link right here a trunk, right? Let's see. Do we have anything trunking? Show interfaces trunk. Nothing yet, right? So, matter of fact, I'll create the VLANs here, and we'll see that they're not going to propagate until we make this a trunk, and then they should propagate, right? Theoretically, right? So, I'm gonna say the let's create 4 VLANs, right? We'll do VLAN 50. We'll call that. I'm just gonna leave them blank. I don't need to come up with names, man. VLAN 60, VLAN 70, VLAN 80. We'll do that for now, right? Show VLAN brief. We got all our VLANs there, right? Right. We still doing. See, I'm not even going in order. I'm not even going in order, right? I'm just coming up. That's why I said Freestyle Friday, man. So, and that's just because I kind of know more about VTP about anything else. So, and after that, I'll go with OSPF. We'll put this in we'll put these guys as OSPF neighbors, and then we'll go with that. So we have our VLANs there, right? We go to switch 2 and show VTP status. No, I'm sorry. Show VLAN brief. See what we got so far? Probably nothing. Nope. So let's make this a trunk right here. That side is probably negotiating, so it'll probably automatically come up as a trunk, and then the VLAN should propagate, right? Let's go to global config mode and say, what's that interface? That's 00. Let's pull our interfaces up. Where's our interfaces? Right here. There they go. There they go. There they go. There they go. That's that one. That's this one. Move that bad boy over here. That bad boy over there. Y'all any questions or anything so far? He said, Jason, Google it. I came from the application team. It's like a special team that focus on OWASP, top 10 vulnerabilities, website attacks. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, I never heard of the purple team. In case y'all don't know, the purple team I'm assuming it sits between the, like you said, yeah, isn't that what he said? He said, purple team is a bit misleading. It's in fact not a standalone team, but a mix of the blue and red team members. And that's what I'm assuming they do. They work with the blue team and try to give them some pointers, and work with the red team, try to give them some pointers, and make sure that we create we harden our network that way, right? And create a really secure network infrastructure, right? That's what I'm assuming what the purple team does, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. So we did the VLANs, we need to do our trunk, right? So interface GI00, your interface might be different. Switch port, trunk, encapsulation, .1Q, switch port mode, trunk, right? Now we should see we have one trunking. Show interfaces trunk, show interfaces trunk, right? Good. So this interface right here, this link right here, this one that I highlighted in red is now a trunk. So we'll see if this switch got those VLANs, right? Remember, it only had VLAN 1. So let's see. We might be missing something if not, right? Show VLAN brief. And there you go. The VLANs all propagated, right? So perfect. Because they were in the same VLAN VTP domain as well as the same password it kept. Let's do I want to put these guys in OSPF? Should we put these guys in OSPF? That's not how they did it in the other lab that was similar to this. What he did was he created this, gave it a layer 2 default gateway, and had him point to their SVI that was over here. Same thing with this guy. That's what they did. But you know what? We're going to keep it funky. I'm going to just make this a OSPF domain for now. And then we'll see. We'll figure something out with... we'll see if we can still create that as a default gateway and all of that other stuff. So let's do this. I'm going to go to switch 1. I'm going to create an SVI in VLAN VLAN 50? Nah, I'm going to just leave it as VLAN 1. I don't want to make it too funky. So I'm going to go to global config mode. Remember what SVIs are, right? Switch to virtual interfaces. Interface VLAN 1. We're going to give them the IP address of 10. Should we put it in the 10 network? I don't know if I want to put it in the 10 network. Any questions or anything so far? Is anybody stuck anywhere? Or remember, this is just a freestyle. We just trying to come up with network topology that's going to encompass all of these technologies right here. Single area OSPF, DHCP, InterVLAN routing, SCP root bridge, set that the root bridge manually for different VLANs. Change the RSTP, the spanning tree mode to RSTP plus, Eigrp Redistribution, chat with PAT fallback, RIP version 2. This is a lot of technologies here. Trunking VTP, static IPv6 route. We may or may not be able to get to all of it, but just try to mix it all up, because that is how we learn, man. That is how we learn. See how these technologies work. Yeah, let me put it in the 172 network. No, you know what? I want to make this the public IP. I want to make this public. So I'm gonna make this the wide area network, and I want to make this. I'm gonna make these like kind of like remote sites, right? So we're gonna make this like the wide area network. So his IP address is gonna be let's say 205.10.55.1/20. I'm gonna put it in the 252 network /30, right? 252 like that. And I'm gonna put the other guy as .2. So the network here, I'm gonna put a little note there. So let's do this. Put it in the same node as that one. Put it in that one right there, right? OSPF backbone. This is the 2.0/30 network, right? With me so far? Y'all with me? Y'all with me? Anybody lost or anybody stuck anywhere? Did anybody get past me? Because I ain't gonna say I'm on task 1, because we did some VTP, we did some trunking. A matter of fact, yeah. Matter of fact, this right here. This is what we did. We did right there. Line number 9. We did trunking and VTP. So can I do a strike through with this? Can I do a strike through? So we did that right there. Select font. Strike out. Bloop. No, not all of it. Damn it. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to just strike through. And then what is this, man? The fuck? Jesus. GNS3? Come on, GNS3. Don't do me like that, man. Bring that up. Bring that back. Bring that back. Bring that back. Okay. See, I wanted to put a strike through on just that line right there, but I guess I can't do that. Text edit. Select font. Yeah, see, you can't do that. You can't do that. If I put a strike through, it puts a strike through the whole damn. Can I do like this? Highlight just that part and do that? Select font like that and then strike out. No, you can't do that. Even though I just highlighted just that part right there. Cancel. Killing me, man. Alright. I would have had to put it in separate little lines, and I'm not gonna do all of that. Alright, so what were we gonna do here? So we did basically trunk and VTP. I said we gave him .1. Let's make him .2. And then let's make them become OSPF neighbors. We'll do that. Go to global config mode. Terminal. Interface VLAN 1. And then we're going to say his IP address is 205.10.55.2/30 subnet. 255.252. Right? So now he should be able to ping the other side, right? So switch 2 should be able to ping switch 1, right? Theoretically, being that they're in the same network. If you do a show IP route, we'll see he don't even have routing available. So, but he should still be able to ping the other guy, right? Without routing, 10.55.0. Oops, not .0. That's not what I meant. I meant .1. How you stop this again? Control Shift 6X. I can't even remember how to do that. Control Shift. I'll just be mashing buttons like a damn third grader. All right, 2.1, right? Ping. We don't have a reply. So I guess I got to turn on routing. I guess that's what I'm going to have to do. Being that it's SVI, right? Hold on. Configure terminal. IP routing, right? Because this is a switch, right? So you have to turn on routing. Now let me see if I can ping the other guy, right? Ping .1. Or maybe I got to make him. He is up, right? 205.10.55.1 is what I'm trying to ping. So I'm trying to ping this guy right here because I am what did I say? I said I'm I am .2, 10.55.2. Yes. So let's see. Maybe he got to have routing turned on. I think that's probably what it is. Let's see. IP routing. Right? And then now let's see if I can ping that guy. Bloop. Nope. So we need this guy to be able to ping that guy. Even though he don't got no default route. And they're directly connected to each other. Y'all see what I'm missing here? This is something simple right here, man. See, this is why I like going back to the fundamentals. Do I need to set the default gateway from the ping on the other side? Why can't he ping it? What's up, Pete? Was wondering where you're at. Yeah, what's up, Pete, man? Appreciate you for tuning in. Basically, we got some trunking done. We did some VTP. We made switch 1 a client. Switch 1 a server, VTP server. We made switch 2 a client. The VLANs propagated across each other. I'm trying to make just these two ping each other. Just a simple, point-to-point network right here. I wanted them to ping each other, and then I was going to put them in an OSPF network, but I can't get these motherfuckers to ping. They're right next to each other. What the hell? Let's see. We turned on routing for both sides. I don't want to set a default gateway. I mean, they right next to each other. Is it because I need to put that? What is it, man? Show IP interface brief. Oh, is that interface up? It's not even up. That's why. Duh. Look, admin down. You see that? Y'all see that? Check the interfaces. Interface VLAN 1. Simple enough, right? No shut. No hut. Y'all run with that like button, man. Switch 2. Let's make sure. You see, now he's coming up, right? Now we got to do the same thing on the other side. That's why I can't ping. Fucking lights ain't even turned on, man. Come on, man. Come on, network, bruh. Network, duh. Interface VLAN 1. I think he's down too. Let me check though. Show IP interface brief. Exclude unassigned to just filter it down to that one. And that one is admin down too. Shit. Terminal. Interface. Oops. Global config mode. Interface VLAN 1, right? No shut to bring it up. And then let's see if I can ping it. Let me take off the routing. I want to see if I can ping without routing. Because I turned on routing thinking that was a problem. No, it's because the interfaces were down. So I'm going to do this. No IP routing. I just want to see something real quick. Right? This is a simple concept here, right? IP routing turns on routing, right? Because these are switches. Switches, switch frames, right? But it's a layer 3 switch, so it can also do routing. What I want to see is, will it ping each other even though it's a point-to-point network? Will it ping, be able to send traffic to the other one if routing is turned off? I'm pretty sure it can, right? Because it's pretty much a local area network in a way, right? So we'll see. I'm going to do no IP routing, right? So now routing is turned off on both of them, right? Because we do show IP route. Notice, we don't really have a routing table, and nor do we have a default gateway. Same thing with this guy, right? Right? Show IP routes. This is what it looks like when you have routing turned on. You'll see this little legend right here. It tells you, hey, look, these are the type of routes that you can learn. OSPF, Eigrp, blah, 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 summary routes, blah, blah, blah. And then it tells you who your default gateway is, and then it shows you the list of routes, right? But if it's turned off, it'll look like this right here. Look like that kid is trying to take a test, but he don't know shit about what was learned throughout the week. All right, so now what I wanted to do, I wanted to see if switch 2 can ping that guy with routing turned off, right? Let's see. I'm on switch 1. Switch 2, ping 205.10.55.1. Nope. Yes, he was able to ping because he's directly connected to him. So I didn't really have to necessarily turn on routing, but I will though because I wanted to make this an OSPF network. So let's do that. Let's make these guys OSPF neighbors. Let's make these guys OSPF neighbors. Y'all with me so far? Y'all stuck anywhere? Remember, this is like freestyle. We just come up with, there's no book. Typically, I use this book right here, right? 101 Labs Cisco CCNA version 4. You can get a copy from 101labs.net. Or there's a link in the description box below. There's an affiliate link. It's an affiliate link, so I do get commission if you click it from there, right? And what we did was Monday through Thursday is when I typically stream, right? Just in case, this is for just the new people that just tuned in. Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we do a different topic, maybe 1 or 2 a day, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way up to Thursday. Fridays, I typically don't stream. But if I do have time, we'll do what we do, like what we're doing right now. Freestyle Fridays, where we just mix and match all of these technologies that we learned this week and see how they interact with each other, right? And I create something, maybe a similar topology, or I'll just come up with something that's just it's just like being an artiste, man, just an engineer. Just come up with your own network, right? So, and I'm hoping you guys are doing the same thing with GNS3 or Packet Tracer or whatever, because this is how we learn this stuff, man. And see, I was trying to see if I can ping with routing turned off, and obviously I can, even though I don't have a default gateway set, right? So, but they were directly next to each other, so it should still be able to do that. But I'm gonna turn it on. Excuse me, turn it on anyway. And the way you turn it on, remember we have a layer 2 switch, and you want it to do layer 3 capabilities. In other words, route packets. You have to do IP routing. That turns on routing for a layer 2 switch, right? For a layer 3 switch rather. Go to global config mode. Do the same thing on the other side. IP routing. And now this is what it looks like when you don't have routing turned on, right? It just says default gateway not set if you don't have one set. And then the redirect cache is empty, right? But now we do a show IP route again. Right, you'll see the legend and any routes that you know of. And he only know about this route right here because he's directly connected to him. There's a physical cable right between the two, and he know about the 205.10.55.0 network, right? And this one is locally configured to him. That's .1. That's this right here, that interface. That's what the L mean, right? So I'm gonna make these two guys OSPF neighbors, right? You're familiar with OSPF, right? I want to show y'all something too. Let me bring up just a couple fun facts. That's what I should be doing. I'm gonna bring up some fun facts as we doing these technologies, right? Just in case y'all don't know shit about trunking or VLANs and all that shit, right? Let's do this. I know I had it in here. Shout out to packetlife.net, man. Jeremy Stretch, if y'all ever get a chance, y'all visit that site. He got these cheat sheets and stuff, right? Damn, do I have it on here? Do I have it? I hope I have it. Please tell me I got it. I don't think so. Let me see. Hold on. Y'all give me a second. I think y'all could Google it too, though. Yeah, so he got a whole thing. Go to packetlife.net, right? I'll send it to y'all, right? Quick cheat sheets. You can download all of them. So, you know, fun facts for all of these technologies that we're going to be covering, right? I thought I had it on here, but apparently I don't. But I just downloaded it. I have it on my other laptop, my work laptop. And what else I wanted to do? I'm gonna send it to y'all. Y'all visit this right here. This is cheat sheets. Jeremy Stretch, packetlife.net, right? Great cheat sheets. Just quick fun facts about all of these common, routing protocols, spanning tree, a whole bunch of stuff, man. But it's a great resource, man. And where the hell did it download to? Let's see. I know I did it right here. Let's see. I downloaded it and I don't know where the hell it went. Let's see this. Zoom. Where's the date? I know I got a zip file in here. Let's do type. And then zip files went to, there they go right there. Okay. Let me cut these bad boys and put it in my, let's put it here. Books and exam topics. No, I'm gonna put it out here. All right, I'm gonna pull those up. While those are downloading, we said I'm gonna put these guys in OSPF. Right. Let's say router OSPF. I'm gonna put it in 500. I believe it can be any number between 1 through 6,500. 535? Can't remember. Let's see. Yes. Look at that, man. That's how I know I've been doing this shit for too much. So it can be any number between 1 through 6,500 or 65,535, right? I'm going to go with just, I don't know, 500, right? And they don't have to match, right? So if I put this guy in router OSPF 500, this guy can be router OSPF 1,000 or 6,000. Who knows? Who cares? But Eigrp, when you put them in the same AS number, they got to match for them to become neighbors. So, actually, you know what? I don't want to do OSPF. I want to work with Eigrp. It's a faster protocol. We'll say Eigrp 50, right? And I'm going to say network. The network is the 205 network, right? 205.10, .10.55.0. Subnet mask of, well, it's not the subnet mask. You got to work with wildcard masks when you do the network statements with the Eigrp, right? So if I question mark, you'll see right there, wildcard bits, right? And remember, this number right here has to match, whereas in OSPF, they don't have to match. Remember that. That's something that you really... I actually had somebody ask me that in the interview. It's a really important fact. So, 000 dot... shit. I had a brain fart. dot 3. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And they should theoretically become neighbors, right? Copy that. Copy. Go to switch 2. I'm going to put him in router. It need to be the same, remember? EIGRP 50. I know I said OSPF. He's actually going to be... This is actually going to be an EIGRP. See how I just kind of like... I'm just freestyling right now. I said I was going to make them OSPF neighbors. No, I want to make them EIGRP neighbors because I'm a Cisco fanboy. And plus, I just felt like it, goddammit. So 5... What I said? 500? 50. Shit. And then the network statement, right? They should theoretically become neighbors. There they go. Right? Got a new adjacency. And let me pull up those fun facts real quick. Let me see. Cheesies. I want to extract this. Extract to. Where we at here? Where we at? Y'all give me a second. Y'all go ahead and make your OSP or EIGRP neighbors while I'm trying to get this going here. We said not downloads. Me, no. C. Users. Jesus, me. I guess not downloads, but Jesus, man, let me just do all this shit, man. Let's see videos. That's what it is. Okay, so see, y'all give me a second here. See, and then see, and then videos. That's what I was looking for. Okay, there, and then notes. Yep, that's where I wanted it. Holla back. All right, so now let's change the view for this. All right, so while that's going, let's see information about our neighbor. Show IP EIGRP neighbor. Right, this is a command we can check to see our neighbors. And now you see he has one neighbor. It's been up for 1 minute and 38 seconds. This is the sequence number. Right, if you have another neighbor, it'll have a 1 after that, and then a 2, and so on and so forth. His neighbor is dot 2. Right, I am dot 1, and that's dot 2. He learned it through interface VLAN 1. The whole timer, that's when he considers the neighbor dead. Right, smooth round trip time, etc., etc., etc. Couple fun facts about EIGRP. So let me pull that up. It is a distance vector routing protocol. It uses the dual algorithm, which stands for diffusing update algorithm. So basically like the mathematical computation, this shit right here, that it uses to figure out the best routes as opposed to OSPF. Y'all didn't know, fun fact about OSPF. OSPF uses the algorithm. So what we said EIGRP uses dual, right? That's the algorithm it uses to find the best path in the network. Whereas OSPF uses what's called the SPF algorithm. Sometimes they call it the Dijkstra's algorithm because the guy that created it, he came up with the math to come up with the shit, right? And it stands for shortest path first. And that is the algorithm that they use in GPS devices. So like the GPS in your car and on your cell phone, Google Maps and all that shit, that uses the SPF algorithm to figure out the best routes when you need to go from your house to your bitch house or whatever, or somebody around the corner or whatever. That is what is that's what uses to find the best route. What else can we say about EIGRP? The administrative distance is 90, right? By default, this is by default, right? You can change this all of this if you want to, but by default, administrative distance is 90. We can check, right? Show IP route, and you'll see. Oh, see, he didn't learn any OSPF routes yet, not yet. So if he learned some routes via OSPF, then you'll see the administrative distance and stuff in here. But what we could do though is we could do show IP protocols and see what routing protocols he's running. Well, he's running EIGRP, right? The metric weight. These are what's known as the K values. By default, K1 and K3 is 1. The rest are zeros, right? This also has something with the mathematical computation for dual algorithm, right? These K's and shit right here, basically, you substitute this. Yeah, I'm getting headaches just thinking about it. Luckily for the CCNA exam, you ain't got to memorize this. Obviously, it'll help you, but basically, that's the K values right there. There's K1, that's K2, right? There's K3, there's K4 down here, and then there's K5, right? So basically what we're doing is we put a number here. These are what's called variables, right? We put another number there, and basically it changes the entire formula and figures out another best path or whatever. You don't want to fuck with all of this shit right here. You want to leave this stuff by default. Just leave that by default. If you want to change that, you could, but you really have to know the math behind Eigrp to like really figure out another way. That means you're trying to think better than Eigrp is doing. So we got Splash Wave Beats in the building. Appreciate you for tuning in. That resource looks really nice. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's a really good resource, man. A lot of cheat sheets in there. Y'all make sure y'all download it. It's a whole zip file for Eigrp. Just a whole bunch of routing protocols, man. So check that out, man. Yeah, so shout out to Jeremy Stretch. That's an old website too. Packetlife.net. Great website, man. What else can we say about Eigrp? So remember, right there, by default, the K values, K1 and K3 is 1. The rest of them are set to 0, right? Like I said, you could change this, but I don't know if you want to do all of that, you know? So that's like going in the car and trying to, tweak your engine and shit like that. If you don't know what the hell you're doing, just leave it alone, man. They put it at those, by default. So, what else can we say? We'll go over all that stuff later. So, he said, fun fact, I bombed high school maths. Oh, man, listen. I bombed, let's see. In 7th grade, I definitely failed 7th grade. I believe it was for algebra. Same thing with the 10th grade because probably algebra. I can't remember. But I know I definitely failed it by 1 credit or half a credit. And I had to do summer school for half a credit. So 7th grade and 10th grade. Don't feel bad, Pete, man. I failed some math and stuff too, man. So bruhs for all of us. What did we want to verify? The administrative distance. Right there. Internal, 90. Just like I said. Right? External. If he learned some external routes, the default administrative distance is going to be 170. Let's change the router ID. Let's change this router ID. Do y'all remember how the router ID is selected for Eigrp? I'm going to change that. I'm going to make him, let's make him, I don't know. Let's make it all ones. So we're going to go to global config mode, router Eigrp 50. Is that what we said? I believe it's 50. Yeah, 50. Router ID. Is that how you can change it in Eigrp? Router. No, you can't. How do you change it in Eigrp? That's how we changed it. Remember this week when we did when we changed the router ID? That was OSPF. You go to the router config mode for OSPF and then change the router ID. How do we do it in Eigrp? Let's see. Can you do just router ID like that? No, I don't think that's how you do it. Router Eigrp. No, that's not how you do it either. We want to change the router ID for Eigrp. How do we do that? Router Eigrp 50. And then, let's see. Question mark through the whole shit. And we'll see, I guess. How do we change the router ID? Eigrp. That is not how. There it is right there. Eigrp and then router ID. Y'all see that? Y'all see how I found that? So when we change the router ID, you go to the routing process and type in Eigrp and then router ID. Whereas OSPF, you just go into router OSPF, like say 50. And once you're in there, you type in router ID and then change the router ID. So in this case, router ID, I'm going to change his to 1.1.1.1. Will it take effect immediately? I don't know. Show IP protocols. We'll see. Yes, it does. It takes effect immediately. OSPF, you have to reset the process. Remember we did that? Oh, there it goes, right there. Route configuration changed. So basically it bounced. It shut down the Eigrp, or tore down the neighbor relationship, and brought it back up. And it probably, how do I say, recalculated routes and stuff like that, even though he ain't really learn any routes and stuff like that. I thought Eigrp was Dijkstra. No, it wasn't. Jason, Dijkstra algorithm is OSPF. So OSPF uses the Dijkstra's algorithm. Eigrp uses the diffusing update algorithm. So two different update algorithms. I didn't see your question there. My bad. He said they use the SVIs to route VLANs, and you got connectivity because both switches carried VLAN 1. To route, you need a routed interface with the no switchport command and IP routing. Oh yeah, I guess we could have done that too, but my interfaces were down, so that's why they couldn't even ping each other. If that's where you were getting at, I'm just not catching up to these chats here. So, but yeah, man, Jason, make sure you download that resource there. See right there, algorithm dual. Now, if I pull up OSPF, right? See, there's also an OSPF cheat sheet in here as well. We'll see OSPF uses the Dijkstra's algorithm. But good question though. What else can we do here? We did EIGRP. We made them neighbors. So I guess we're done here. We didn't really do this redistribution. Redistribution. I'm going to do this and then redistribute, right? So that way he knows some different routes. I'm going to make this right here. And EIGRP. I'm going to make these two guys right here, EIGRP neighbors, right there. Right? I'm going to make that another AS, if that makes any sense, right? And then we're going to make them learn about routes from here. Remember how Paul Browning fucked this up? And put the whole, he put two different ASs, right? And then he tried to make us learn routes with each other, but it wouldn't work until we put in the redistribute command. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to add redistribution to this, right? So let me put in, he said, didn't we reset the process? No, we did not. We did. Oh, yes, we did. That was OSPF, Jason. So we had to reset the process with OSPF. He said, so EIGRP makes a neighbor on point-to-point network by default. That's nice because OSPF doesn't. I don't remember. Let me see. Let me see if I can grasp your question here. It makes a neighbor on point-to-point network, OSPF by default. That's nice because OSPF doesn't. It's like broadcast by default. I don't know much about EIGRP yet. Well, they're directly connected, so they would have been neighbors anyway, man. Whether it's broadcast or not. Easy EIGRP lies, right? He really tricked us with that, man. He even said, man, like, look, man, I cheated. I just did that to throw you guys off. Talking about easy EIGRP. I think that's the reason why I didn't even do a practice run. I just went ahead through it. I was like, I seen the keyword easy. I was like, I can do this, man. Let's do this. There's a little box here. We're going to make this. Actually, let me get rid of that. I want a box. I want to put a circle. I'm going to put a circle there. Bloop. We're going to make this. Bloop. Bloop. Can't you rotate it too? Style. And then rotate. Bloop, bloop. The other way. Bloop, 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 bloop. There we go. And then I'm going to put that in, like, I don't know, pink or some shit. We'll go to blue. Apply. Not border. Come on, man. Only that blue. It make this black. Apply. Boom. So this is gonna be an EIGRP neighbors right here, right? Let's lower that bad boy. Let's put this network right here. How we gonna do this? Let's turn on router 4 real quick. No, actually, we need to put this. We need to put an IP address on this right here. Let's put an IP address on that. So let's go back to switch 2. We're gonna do some redistribution here, right? So I'm on switch 1, switch 2, right? And we'll make this. This is gonna be a local area network though, right? No, we'll do that. So go to global config mode. We're gonna give the IP address of interface GI02, right? So I'm going to this interface right here, give it an IP address, right? And I'll put that one and give it an IP address. Then we're gonna try to make these two become neighbors, right? So I want to put it in the, I don't know, the 10.10. Gotta give them IP address first. IP address is gonna be, come on, man. Oh, you got to do no switch port or switch port, right? No switch port, right? This is what it is. This is the reason why. This is another important fact for any newbies in here, right? I'm trying to put an IP address on this, right? I put in the keyword IP address and it's not taking it, right? Why is that? Because it's labeled as a switch port right now. It does layer 2. In order for me to be able to do layer 3 functionalities on it, I need to do no switch port. So no, I don't want just layer 2 on it. And then I put in IP address. It's gonna take that keyword. You see that? I remember I had a switch here, you know, back when I was first learning for this stuff, and the shit wouldn't work. And I was like, man, something wrong with this switch, man. This shit is broken, man. No, it's because I didn't understand the concept between layer 2 and layer 3. So that's an important fact right there, right, for any newbies in here. So IP address, I'm gonna make him the 10.10.75. I don't know. He gonna be .1. He gonna be .1. 255.255.255. I guess I'll make it .0 for now. Right? No shut that bad boy, right? So he's 10. Let me put some labels so that way I don't get lost, right? Let me put some labels. Bloop. He's going to be 10.10.252.0 network. Not 252. What I said? I said 75.0 network. 75.0 network, right? 75.0 network. And I hope you guys are doing freestyle just as long as, you know, along with me. They don't have to be exactly like mine. Just make sure that your network encompasses or at least uses some of these technologies. If you could do all of them, do it. You know, that's how we learn this shit, right? So this is the 10.75.0/24 network, right? Now I'm gonna power this bad boy on. Hopefully my laptop don't blow up because I only got 16 gigs of RAM. Oh, that's a slower button, and he's on random. That's why. I used to do the girl too. Start console into him. Y'all with me so far? I hope you guys are freestyling, man. Remember, we're doing single area OSPF. Y'all run me that like button too. Make sure you subscribe. This is the first time you on this channel. We typically stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today's just Freestyle Fridays because I don't typically stream on Fridays. Also doing DHCP. So we did OSPF, didn't we? No, we didn't do OSPF yet. We did trunking and VLAN, or trunking and VTP. We did a little bit of Eigrp. We're going to add in some redistribution. I might do some RIP in here somewhere too. I might do that as a RIP. So this is our OSPF. Can you put the label in there or not? Style? No, you don't put the text there. So you got to put the text. You got to put the text somewhere else. This is our Eigrp. Eigrp redistribution. Right, so this is gonna be our Eigrp redistribution, right? So we're gonna redistribute routes in here into that, and vice versa, right? So, and like I said, that's more of a CCNP topic, but Paul Browning had to throw that in there just to kind of throw us off and shit, right? And I was like, ain't no way he'll introduce redistribution, because somebody pointed that out yesterday. I can't remember who it was. He said, been agent since I heard the chick, bruh. Oh yeah, right? Let's do that. Slow motion. Slower. Filtered. Slow. There's the girl. And router 4 is still waking up here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Y'all see, this is what I meant by me not having. I need to get a server, y'all. I need to get a server. And I've been meaning to do that, but man, today I had to get 4 new tires, man. 4 of them. Because I got some low profile tires on my car, right? And those motherfuckers always like, there's every week I got something. I got either a scratch or a bent rim or something, man, right? So I said I got tired of it. I'm putting my factories back on. But when I tried to put my factories back on, they were in the garage for a while. 2 of them was bad. The other 2 were not that great. So I had to get 4 new tires again. Killing me. So I can't afford a server right now. But I definitely need a server. As you can see, router 4 is just waking up right now. I know if I have my, this is why I like hardware too, but y'all won't be able to see the topology and stuff like that. Y'all won't be able to see the labeling and the cabling and the technologies we're going to work with and stuff like that if I use my hardware. Unless it was from the book that we typically do, so use. But while those are waking up, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. We're going to change the STP root bridge while router 4 is waking up, right? while you're getting out of bed. We're going to change the root bridge. Right now, we do, between the switches, right? We do show spanning tree. We should have, what, 4 instances of spanning tree, right? Because we have 4 VLANs on here, right? We got VLAN 1. Actually 5, because the default VLAN 1, right? We are the root port. And are we the root bridge? No, we're not. We are not the root bridge for VLAN 1. He is probably the root bridge for VLAN 1, right? So let's see what else we got going on here. More. Tab over. There's VLAN 50. We are not the root bridge for VLAN 50, right? Because they have a cost there. He's saying the root bridge for VLAN 50 is this right here, or the root switch rather, right? Let's see what else we got. We should have a VLAN 60. There's VLAN 60. So it looks like we're not the root bridge for any of these. It looks like this switch might be the root bridge for all the VLANs. We don't want that. Well, we could if we want. We could, but we don't want it because we just want to practice our root bridge, setting the root bridge manually, right? So we got VLANs 50, 60, 70, and 80, right? He is a root bridge for all of those. Let's make him the root bridge for all the odd numbered VLANs, right? Because I'm just freestyling like that. So 50, 70, and that's it, right? He's going to be the root bridge for, he's going to remain the root bridge for 60 and 80. That make any sense? Right? So I'm going to go to switch 1, right? And I'm going to use, there's 2 ways to do it. I mean, that's y'all pop quiz for today. What are the 2 ways to set the root bridge manually? If y'all was tuned in this week, you would have known, right? How do we set the root bridge manually? 2 ways to do it. Somebody put in the chat room. No, it's not a giveaway just yet, but I want to see if somebody remembers that. Did router 4 wake up yet? Looks like he's awoke. Oh, but he got a CPU hog message. See, this is another reason why I need to get a server, y'all. I need to get a server. Oh, man. All right. It is what it is. So he's router 4, right? Global config mode. Oh, Lord. Host name R4. R4. That's the reason why, too, that I did this topology using my hardware. R4. Oh, Lord. Look at that. Interface GI00. His IP address is, where's the IP addressing? Right there. There it is right there, right? So his IP address is going to be 10.10.75.2, right? Subnet massive /24. He said cheap used PC can be a server, especially for what I'm doing, man. I want to get to the CCIE level and have like 20 routers on my shit, and not my computer to be able to, you know, choke up or anything. So he said bridge priority is one method. Yes, we could do that. And Jason said you could also set the priority to 0. That is correct. Or to set the priority to primary. Shout out to Pete and Jason for that. So there's 2 ways we can do it. We can use the macro by saying spanning tree, VLAN, and then root, and then say primary, and make that the primary root bridge for that VLAN. Or you can set the priority number, right? Which can be any number between 0 to like, what is it? 32,000 something? I can't remember. But it's in increments of 4096, and I'll show you. So he is 0. Yeah, I definitely need to get a server, man. I can't do Freestyle Fridays on something with a lot of routers because of this reason right here. No shut that bad boy. This router, look, he choking up over there. Router 4 is just like, oh man, look, man, I'm just woken up. All right, his interface is up. Let's make these 2 Eigrp neighbors, right? And then I'm gonna have these routes redistributed into that route, that network, and then and vice versa, right? So we're gonna make this EIG process number. I don't know. Let's do 700. I don't know why. So this is gonna be Eigrp 700, and that's Eigrp. What was this one? This was Eigrp 50, I think it was. Y'all see, I'll be picking up some random ass numbers, man. But I guess it's what you got to do when you kind of like come up with these topologies. That's the reason why too I was kind of afraid of making my own networks and stuff like that, because I'm like, how do you just like come up with the AS number or the IP addresses? You just got to fucking do it, man. Global config mode, router Eigrp 700. Don't know why I did that, but I'm doing it that way, right? Network is going to be 10.10.75.0 network /24 subnet, so 000.255. right? And then we're going to put that same network statement on the switch, right? So we put that over here. Now we're going to put it over here and make them two become neighbors in Eigrp process number 700, right? Y'all with me so far? So switch 2. Ooh, something went down. What happened? What happened? Something got tore down. What happened, y'all? Holding time expired. Interesting. This is rather interesting. What happened, y'all? See, this is why, and I'm hoping the shit didn't crash. Show IP. Let's see. It looked like we are our neighbors right here that got tore down for some reason. Let's see. Show IP. Eigrp neighbors. Does he have a neighbor? He does not have any neighbors. That's rather interesting. What did I do, y'all? What did I do? We put in. Oh, is that GI00? Let's see. That's what I did. I put the wrong IP address. I was supposed to put this IP address on a different interface. Did I put it on GI02? I did. 02. Yes, 02. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's look at the interfaces. Show IP interface brief. Let's see. What happened? What happened here? Who went down? GI00. Let's see. Look at GI00. That looked like is what happened. For some reason, his IP address is gone. When did I remove that? Do y'all remember that? When did I do that? GI00. Where did I do that? Where did I do that at? I don't see where I tore that down. Oh no. Oh no. No, I didn't. There it is right there. It was VLAN 1. It was VLAN 1. So that should be, let's see what happened here. Because we didn't have an IP address there. That's what it was. We didn't have an IP address there. 03. What is 03? He's up. Oh, 03 is that router right there. We didn't touch that. Let's see. 00 never had an IP. That's correct. You're right. 00 did not have an IP. He said, my server is just a desktop PC. The GNS3 VM is surprisingly lightweight. It's a 6-core CPU with 16 gigs of RAM. Well, you would think, but look at me. What do you gotta do? Sysinfo? And you'll see I only have, where am I at? Yeah, 16 gigs of RAM. So, and as you can see, my laptop is kind of choking up over here. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I can't call it. I can't call it. Who knows? Who cares? But you're right. He did not have an IP address. Or 00 did not have an IP address. So I didn't do that. That's not what was wrong. Let's see. Interface VLAN 1 on switch 1. Because see, look, the neighbor relationship got tore down. IP interface brief. What we got going on here? Something is down over here, right? No, we didn't. We put some IP addressing. This is up. But he don't see a neighbor. What happened? What happened? This is good to know, though. This is good experience for us. Let's see. He's .2. Oh, he shouldn't be .2. Yes, he is. He's .2. Switch 1, though. He's .1. 1055 1, 1055 2. They're up. Show IP interface brief. Exclude unassigned, and that should be the only one. Yes. And then the same thing with this guy. Show IP interface brief. Exclude unassigned. What did we do here? What did we do? Is it because we turned on routing and then it turned down? What did we do? As soon as we put, this is what happened. It came down as soon as we put that IP address. That's what it looked like happened. What happens if I shut down that interface? This interface right here. What happens if I shut that down? And then what I'm going to have to do is I'll probably have to put those IP addresses on the physical interfaces as opposed to the SVIs. That's what I'm probably going to have to do. We'll see. I'm going to go to gig 02. So go global config mode, interface gig 02. Right? I'm going to go to this interface. That's when it went down. Right? 02. Shut down that bad boy. And let's see what happens. That got shut down. Right? That's when it went down. And nothing's happening with Eigrp. So show IP interface brief. I don't know why that happened. I don't even know why the hell I did that, just to see if it's gonna work. But apparently it's not working, right? Why did Eigrp go down? Anybody know why? He said debug Yes, we could do that. We can do a debug. Good suggestion. Show IP interface. Show IP EIGRP neighbor real quick. Does he see a neighbor? He probably don't see a neighbor either. Neighbor. AS50. Show IP route. No, the route ain't gonna tell us nothing. Let's do that. Let's do a debug. Let's do a debug like y'all mentioned. Debug IP EIGRP what packets? We can do neighbor. Neighbor debugging. Same thing on the other side. We don't want to do summary. AS number. Let's do that. Give it a neighbor one. Let's do that. Undebug that, right? And then we're going to do your debug IP EIGRP process number 50. Same thing for the other one. Same thing for this guy right here. Process number 50, right? And then tell me what you see wrong here. There's some good troubleshooting here. I don't know why it went down. Does anybody see why it went down? Process number 50, right? Yep, we did that. Let's take a look at our router statement. Show run section EIGRP. Let's see. Come on, man. I hope that's not a bug. Look at this. CNS3, man. Bruh. Where is EIGRP configured at? Good question, Jason. EIGRP is configured right here. The 205.10.0 10.55.0 network. So this network right here is configured right in here in the orange. EIGRP process number 50 or AS number 50 rather. Right? We changed his router ID. Should we do the same? Let's do the same thing on switch 2 because we didn't change his router ID. Show run section EIGRP. Once that comes up, I'm gonna change the router ID. We left it by default. Whereas this one we changed the router ID. So we'll see. Just look at this computer, man. Okay, so we got the router AS number, and then we have the network statement. With this, we have a AS number, we have a network statement. Same exact network statements, right? 205, 1055. That's 205, 1055. Same wildcard mask, except the router EIGRP, that router ID. So I'm gonna change his router ID. That's probably not the reason why, but let's just try to keep it consistent, right? So router EIGRP 50, and his EIGRP router ID is gonna be 2.2.2.2. We're gonna do that. What else we want to do here? Can you clear? Is there a way to soft reset EIGRP? Clear IP EIGRP 50. Yes, we can do that. 50, and then what? Neighbors. He doesn't even have a neighbors to even clear. So something bounced. Oh, that's right. It bounced once we put that that router ID. That's what happened that time. So let's see if that has anything to do with it. Clear IP EIGRP 50. Neighbors. That's not gonna bring it back up though. You know what I've seen too? I've seen it where this happened to me at work too. Me and my coworker. We had a neighbor relationship get tore down from EIGRP because we was I can't remember what we were doing, but we had authentication set up on it, right? As soon as we wiped it, put it back in, the authentication keys did not get copied back on. So we looked and tried to see what the configuration, and we saw, oh look, the authentication keys were missing. As soon as we put the authentication keys came up, the adjacency came up. So let's do this. I'm gonna tear down all this EIGRP shit, bring it right back up, and see if that makes a difference. So I'm gonna do that. Go to global config mode. We're gonna say no router EIGRP 50. Right, that should theoretically tear that down. And look at the section. Same thing with this guy too, right? No EIGRP 50. Do I want to do the same thing on both sides? Do I want to do the same thing on both sides? Let's do that. That's what I'm gonna do. Show no router Eigrp 50. I'm just gonna take it out and then bring it back up. That's what I'm gonna have to do for some odd reason, and see if that brings it back up. We'll see, and y'all see if it works. Then that's one trick for y'all right there, man. Put that and keep that in your back pocket. If shit goes down, just like start from scratch. Matter of fact, I had to do that yesterday at work for port channels. I was trying to bring up port channels, right? And also put them in a virtual port channel. If you know anything about that, right? It's like basically bundling ports, right? And then you would bundle those ports into a virtual port channel, because I had a 2960 switch that I was connected to a virtual port channel to some Nexus switches, core switches, right? But they had to be bundled into a port channel, and those had to be bundled into a virtual port channel. For some reason, it didn't work. What did I do? Tore it all down, built it from scratch, and it came up. So that's what we're going to do here, right? Go to global config mode. We're going to say router Eigrp 50. Put all this shit back in. Bloop, 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 bloop. And do the same thing on the other side. But except I'm going to put, I'm going to do this though. I'm going to do this. New. And we're going to say keys 2.2.2.2, right? 2.2.2.2. Copy. Paste. And then we removed it there, right? Because we do show IP protocols, we should theoretically not be running any. Yes, we're not running any. Go to global config mode. Put those in there. Keys 2.2.2. Do we have a neighbor now? Come on, fam. He is not coming up now. What happened to our neighbor relationship? What did we do wrong? Show IP Eigrp traffic. Good one. That's a good one on that. I believe that's on the cheat sheet too. Let's see. Show IP Eigrp traffic. Oops, traffic. He's sending but not receiving any. We don't have any passive interfaces. So that's weird. You know what I'm gonna do? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put, instead of those SVIs, interface VLAN 1, what's going on with VLAN 1? What's going on with VLAN 1? Show VLAN brief. Show IP interface brief. Exclude unassigned. It's VLAN 1 is the issue here, I believe. But I'm gonna take this IP address and put it on the GI00 interface. No, you can't even do that because, well, yes you can. Can you? Because they're trunking. Make it a layer 3 trunk. Might be able to do that. But that's a good one though. It is definitely sending, but it's not receiving. What about the other side? So this guy's sending Eigrp traffic, but he's not receiving any traffic. Show IP Eigrp traffic. Same thing here. He's sending, but he's not receiving. That's rather interesting. I want to move on to this right here, but we done broke something over here. So what can we do here? What can we do? What can we do? What did we break? What did we break? Why did it get tore down? I do not know. I do not know. Because it's right there. It says hold down is expired. Because VLAN 1 is down. But VLAN 1 is not down. We just checked, right? That's when it expired, because VLAN 1 is down. Where's VLAN 1 down at? It's not down over here. It's not down on either side. Show IP interface brief, right? Exclude unassigned. VLAN 1 is up, right? Show interface VLAN 1. Let's see. What's going on with VLAN 1? Interface VLAN 1. He's up. He's up. He's sending traffic, right? That's indicated. Where is that at? That he's sending traffic. Down here. Input output rate though is zeros. That's weird, man. I'm gonna shut real quick, man. Show IP, show interface VLAN 1. He's up on that side too. It's rather interesting. Rather interesting. I'm gonna shut, man. Fuck this, man. I'm gonna do it on switch 1 real quick. Because interface VLAN 1. That is really weird. I don't understand. No shut. He's down. Bring it back up. Do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so now he's up. That's the only side it was down on, apparently. What about this side? Interface, VLAN 1, shut. And then we'll bring it up in a second. No shut, right? I don't think that's going to fix it. If that don't work, then I'm going to just move on over here and create a neighbor relationship between these two. But then again, y'all know these switches be having these switches are kind of buggy. I don't want to attribute this to a bug. Y'all know how he said expanding tree PVST. What are the hold down timers? It won't be a switch port, so it can't be a trunk. Gotcha. You want to know information about the timers too? All right, we'll check all of that too. But y'all know I do have issues with this particular switch. I really hate to attribute it to being that being the problem. You know, blame it on the GNS3 bug. But I'm gonna make these two a relationship right here. In Eigrp 700, right? So we said that's router 4. That's the network that he's gonna be using. So we're gonna go back to switch 2 and go to interface GI2, right? Show IP interface brief. Exclude unassigned. What we got going on here? GI02 is down. Let's go to global config mode. Router Eigrp 700. That's the network address. And then we're gonna no shut the GI02 interface. So we're gonna no shut that one right there. That one should already be up, right? GI00. Let's see. GI00. Is it up? Is it up? Is it up? We no shut it right there. Yep. So it is up. So if I'm not gonna change the router ID. Actually, I am gonna change it. And we'll see if that was an issue. I don't know. Interface GI02, no shut. Pray to the network gods. Hope for a neighbor relationship.
Bruh.
The interface came up. Are these guys not wanting to be neighbors? Either? I was going to say, man, if that's the case, then this switch is really buggy. I don't know what tore it down. There's no way that it would have just got torn down that way. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this off and put a router here, man. Because y'all know these switches be kind of buggy, man. And this is why I love hardware. He said that stumped me. Yeah, it stumped me too, man. But there's no reason why it should have just shut down just like that, because we didn't really do anything to mess it up. Not only that, we can't even get a neighbor relationship between these two right here. Interface gig 02. Let's see. Show IP interface. Let's see. Show IP protocols real quick. Show IP protocols. Let's see. Eigrp 50. What interface is participating in that? This is the Eigrp 50 right over here, right? The router ID is there. And then we did. There's no passive interfaces, so nothing causing that to not send any traffic for Eigrp. 700 right here is in the blue. Process 700. We left all this stuff by default. That is the router ID. But it's routing for the network's 10.10.75.0 network. Yeah, it's got to be the switch, man. Got to be the switch. And y'all know I run into issues. Every time we have some bug issues, it end up being these switches right here. I really hate to delete and start over. But we might have to do that, man. Let's see. Router 4 is he, because he came up. Show, let's see, show IP protocols. He is also running Eigrp 700. That's his router ID. Routing for those networks. There's nothing that should stop this from becoming neighbors at all. you didn't enable switch port on the switch, right? I did a no switch port on the switch. So on this interface right here, GI02, I did no switch port so that way I can give him an IP address. Remember when it got stuck there? And I believe that's probably when it went down, right? If I'm not mistaken, switch 2, when did it go down? No, it wasn't even on switch 2. We saw that error on, let's see. That's really weird, man. Y'all know, it's either like when I don't figure shit out, I'll be like, man, that's a GNS3 bug, man. It's a GNS3 bug. And sometimes it do, and sometimes it don't. But you see, this is when it went down right here. We put the IP address 10.10.75.1 right there. As soon as we no shut it, boom, it went down. That's when it went down. And I believe it probably went down when I did that no switch port, just like when, just like Jason said. And maybe that made it, I don't know. I can't call it. Because see, now VLAN 1 went down. And it says, yeah, it says neighbor VLAN 1 is down. Let me do this. I'm going to turn switch port back on GI02. See what happens there. Let's go to GI02. Interface GI0/2. Switch port. Even though he has an IP address. GI02 change state to up. Even though it was already up. That's weird. Show IP interface brief. Exclude unassign. If you do the switch port, let's do this. Oh, as soon as I put that switch port keyword, it got rid of the IP address, didn't it? It sure did. But that didn't do anything with the EIGRP. Show IP EIGRP neighbors. He still don't see any neighbors for either process. Yeah, it's got to be those switches, man. He said, was switch 1 AS50 and switch 2 700? Switch 2 is participating in 2. That's a good question. Really good question, Pete. Switch 2 is participating in 2 EIGRP autonomous systems. Autonomous system, here's switch 2 right here, right? He has interface in EIGRP 50, which is over here. And he also has an interface in EIGRP 700, which is over here, this link right here. So he's participating in 2 processes. That's where we were going to have redistribution occur between those 2 ASs, right? Switch 1, he only has 1 interface in EIGRP 50, which was this one right here, right there. These 2, we didn't even touch those interfaces yet. We didn't do anything with them yet. They just happen to be connected to some routers. We didn't touch them. So my guess is that these switches are just kind of buggy, and I'm going to replace them with some routers for now. And maybe we'll do some trunking in VRP or VTP somewhere back here. I don't know, man, but there's no reason why it got tore down like that, and it should have got tore down like that. So bye switch. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna delete these connections right here. I'm not gonna turn it off. I'm not gonna delete them altogether. I'm just gonna move them to the side for now. So we're deleting that interface. Oh, jeez, you can't even do that. See, now you see GNS3, you're killing me, man. Let's do this. I'm gonna stop him. Now can you delete him? Delete? No, I wanted to delete the connection. Bloop. Error while deleting that link. Okay, I'm gonna stop him real quick. Bloop. And then I'm gonna delete the connection. Bloop. Can't do that. All right, so we're just gonna delete these switches altogether. Bloop. Do you want to permanently delete switch 2? For now, yeah, buddy. See ya. And look, we got the cable that's just gonna be hanging there, like the bad cable guy. Can't you even move it out of the way? You can't even move it out of the way, man. Look at this, man. GNS3, man, you're killing me, man. This is why I like using hardware, y'all. Let's drag and drop a couple more routers and see. Jesus, man. Let's see if we can get. Let's see if we can get some neighbors here. We're gonna get some neighbors here. We're gonna put those guys back in 50 and 700 respectively. If that worked, then we know it was a GNS3 bug for sure. So look at this. They got this damn cable hanging there like a goddamn Oh my God, man. All right, let's do this. 0, 0 to 0, 0 here. And then from here, 0, 1 to 0, 0 there. Whoop. Okay. And then what else I'm gonna do here? I can't even delete this, y'all. I can't even delete that. Interesting. That might have been the error there. Who knows? Let's see. I'm gonna power this bad boy on. Start. And then I'm gonna put that interface in Eigrp 50 and this interface in Eigrp 700. At least we already know. We already practiced the trunking in VTP. So, and this is why we call it Freestyle Fridays. For y'all that are just tuning in. Typically, we stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? And then you can get a copy. We lab from this book right here, 101 Labs Cisco CCNA version 4. You can get a copy of this from 101labs.net. There's a link in the description box below. It is an affiliate link, so I do get commission if you get it from there. We usually lab from Monday through Thursday, right? And a different topic each day, right? Monday through Thursday. And then sometimes I'll stream on Fridays. We call it Freestyle Fridays, and we just lump up all them technologies that we learn from Monday through Thursday and try to mix them up in here. And this is all what we learned this week, right? All like 11 topics right there. And we're just going to try to mix them all up here. If GNS3 decided to play nicely with me, but for some reason it's not, right? So on the console and the router, I guess he's going to be router 1 now. Yeah, I guess he's going to be router 1 now. Which is interesting because he's already router 1. Let's make him, let's see, he's 1, 2. One is gone. Switch one is gone. What is he now? He's just waking up like super slowly. I need some beefier hardware, y'all. I got a laptop with 16 gigs of RAM, and y'all see how it's running right now, man. Look at this, man. All right, while that's going, let's make sure router 4 is good to go. Router 4, this guy right there that's hanging over here. He's hanging out. He was just waiting to become a neighbor. All right, let's see. Show IP interface brief. He should be 75.1, right? No, he's 75.2. Good. What is our routing protocol? Show run section Eigrp. Y'all run with that like button too. I left some cheat sheets in the chat room over there. If y'all want more information on Eigrp or even different routing protocols and stuff like that, remember we talked about Eigrp? Here's a cheat sheet right here, right? It's a distance vector type of routing protocol, right? So it uses not hop counts, but it uses metric and it uses metric. Its metric is that's the formula to figure out the metric, right? Uses bandwidth and delay, right? Plus that and minus that and all of this other stuff, right? It uses the dual algorithm, which stands for diffusing update algorithm. Basically, the math behind it is that, right? This is the administrative distance internally. When it learns administrative distance, the AD will be 90. So it's kind of like I like to consider this like not necessarily mileage, but like if you have two routing protocols that's like the same distance, right? Right? OSPF tells you, hey, the administrative distance for this is, or the metric for this is, etc. And then the metric for this is the same exact metric, right? So we have two ways to get to the same network, right? It's going to pick the one that has the lowest administrative distance, right? And so administrative distance is kind of like a tiebreaker. If it learns external routes, it'll be set to 170. Summary routes, the AD will be set to 5. It is a Cisco proprietary routing protocol, but as of, I want to say, 2013, it became open standard, meaning you can use Eigrp on not just Cisco routers, but you can use it on Juniper routers, Aruba routers, etc., etc., etc. I guess these are the protocols that it's, compatible with, right? Who uses AppleTalk anymore? Do they even still use that? IPX and IP, obviously. What is this? This is the protocol number. So it uses IP port number, not port number 88. Is that port number? Protocol number 88. I don't think it's the port number. Authentication. This is the hash, the kind of like the hashing algorithm it uses to, like, if we have a password set up for Eigrp on this router and a password set up for Eigrp for the other router, we can set up authentication between the two, and it uses MD5 to hash the password. That's the multicast IP address. Hello and hold timers, right? We say hello every 5 seconds, and we consider them dead every 15 seconds. And I think that's for I forgot between the difference between the two. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. What's the difference between the two? But 60 and 180. I think it's for local networks versus broadcast networks. I can't even remember. But remember, it says hello every 5 seconds, and he considers his neighbor dead. If you haven't heard from the neighbor within 15 seconds, then he considers them dead. But there's two types of networks that they use as these two different hold timers. I just can't remember which one it is. If anybody remembers it, put it in the chat room. He said that or we leave layer 3 for routers. True. But let's go on this guy. Are we consoled into him yet? Yeah, I remember the difference between those two timers. I can't remember. Right? 5 and 15 and 60 and 180. I think it's for the different types of networks, right? And one's non-broadcast multi-access network. I can't even remember. This guy, oh, we logged into the same router there. All right, so that's router. He is going to be, I guess we'll make him router 5 for now. All right, he's router 5. Host name. Is he router 5? Let's see. How far did you guys get, man? Did your EIGRP neighbors get torn down like mine? Remember, these are the topics we're working with right here: single area OSPF, DHCP, InterVLAN routing, STP, root bridge, RSTP, EIGRP, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, he's gonna be router 5. We're gonna make him router 5. R5. Where's this guy at? Host name, R5, and then his IP address for interface gigabit 01 is 10.10.75. Let me see. He was .2, so I'm gonna be .1. Well, I'm .1. Subnet mask of /24. No, shut that bad boy. Let's make them, put them in EIGRP 700. All right. Can I ping .2? Come on, man. Come on, wake up, man. Stupid router. Ping 10.10.75.2. Yes, I can ping the other guy. Good. So router 5 can ping router 4. Right. What else I wanted to do? I wanted to make them neighbors. Router EIGRP 700. Network 10.10.75.0 000.255 subnet mask or wildcard mask. Now we're neighbors, right? So these two become neighbors. Now let's try to make these two become neighbors. And if they become neighbors and they stay that way, we know that switch is got a bug on it, man. And I believe it does, because I'm gonna make him router 6. Guess he'll be router 6, right? Because we got like 6 routers on here. Yeah, we do. And we got the fucking cable hanging there, and I can't fucking delete it. Look at this shit, man. That might have been the problem, man. That might have been the bug right there. Let me power this guy on, and then put that interface right here in EIGRP 50, right? And put our box back too. So router 5, right? Interface GI00, and his IP address is supposed to be 205.10.55. What is he? I'm gonna make him .2. Subnet mask of 000.3, right? Not subnet mask, but the wildcard mask. Bad mask. You can't do that. Oh, my bad. That's supposed to be the subnet mask. 255. I was already into the EIGRP. Y'all with me so far? What I tried to do was, so I'm doing the IP address for this, and then I wanted to put it in the EIGRP 50. But I was doing too many things at the same time, so that's what was going on there. So now, no, shut that bad boy. And then I'm going to, we still have it in my clipboard here. There it is right there. Router EIGRP 50, right? I'm going to make him, his router ID quad 2, and the other guy's going to be quad 1. This guy's going to be quad 1, router 6. So he is powered on, right? Yeah, he's powered on. So let me console into him too. Go back to router 5. Go to global config mode. Copy and paste this stuff right here. Quad 2. That's probably going to make EIGRP bounce on the other router too. Right, so he did have a neighbor adjacency. That's router 4 right here. Show IP EIGRP neighbors. He's still got a neighbor, and it's in 700. Good to go there. We're changing his router ID. And then router 6, let me go ahead and console into him. Change him to router 6. Set his IP address. Make him a neighbor. Make these two guys right here become neighbors. And then we're going to redistribute Eigrp between the two. Right? And then what else we need to work with? We already did trunking and VTP, so I'm not going to do that over again. It's just, y'all know that switch is buggy. Maybe I need to get another image. Who knows? Who cares? My Freestyle lab is more about OSPF neighbors at the moment. That's what's up, Pete. I like that. Broadcast, point to point. I think that's the reason why. I think that's what it is. There's a difference between the two type of timers. So I'll have to look it up. I'm going to look it up. These are cheat sheets, but remember, we still have our own research that we got to do here. If router 6 decides to wake up. You guys are doing a little freestyle too, right? Just make sure, you know, it has those technologies that we was working with this week. Wake up, router 6. Man, come on, man. Come on, lad. let me plug up these guys right here. I'm gonna plug him up to him. 0, 0. Then I'm gonna plug up him to him. 0, 0. And plug up him. He's 2 to him. 0, 0. I'm gonna go from here. Go to there, to there. If this cable was due together with there, we maybe put a port channel between the two, but it's just a cable that's freaking hanging there. It's like that cable guy that didn't want to finish his work. Let's see. Did router 6 power up yet? Let's see. Did he wake up? He waking up, but he waking up slowly, man. It's time to invest in a server, man. I know, Pete, you said you got a desktop PC, man, but I don't like seeing this shit right here, man. These CPU hog messages, and when it finally decides to wake up, look at this, man. This is ridiculous, man. That is because I'm on PC, right? So he's gonna be router 6, hostname R6. Y'all want to leave that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe too, man. IP or his interface is GI00. IP address is gonna be 205.10.55. He gonna be .1. I can't remember. Yeah, because he was .2. So he .1/30 subnet. Oh my God, this thing's so slow. 252. Control A. Let's put a space between these two right here. Space. He says ambiguous command. Come on, man. You didn't know I was trying to say IP address? It's like computers are smart and dumb at the same time. Enter. There. No shut that bad boy. There. Let's change him to 1.1, right? Copy and paste that bad boy. He is router Eigrp 50, right? Yep. So get out of this. Router Eigrp 50. Same thing we did last time, right? We got a neighbor. Good to go. And now this router right here should be participating in 2 Eigrp processes, right? Eigrp 50 through this link. Bloop, that one right there. And he's also participating in Eigrp 700, right? But those two networks won't have any knowledge of each other until we do redistribution, right? So let's see. We got some kind of PNP discovery stop error here. I hope something didn't get tore down, because we got all kind of funky messages there. Let's see. Show. This is router 6 right here. Show IP Eigrp neighbor. So he does have one neighbor right there. Right. He has one neighbor. This guy right here is his neighbor. Let's go to router 5 and see what does he have. He should theoretically have 2 neighbors, right? Show IP Eigrp neighbor, right? Because he's the playboy, right? Let's sit between the two, right? Yes. So he got the 10.10. So basically, this is his Eigrp neighbor in process number 700, as indicated in blue right here, right? And then he has also this neighbor right here who is sitting in Eigrp 50, right? So Eigrp 50, and that's the neighbor 55.1, right? Good to go. That had to be the switch, man. The switch was definitely buggy, and there was some streams a while back. You know, I get kind of weary when I drag and drop it to the topology, but I'm like, I'm gonna take a chance. I think this switch, it's a layer 3 switch. It does what I need to do. You know, finally GNS3 supporting switching. Let me get this going here. But y'all see, it's buggy, man. It's buggy, but it is what it is. What else we gonna do here? Yeah, let's do some redistribution. So if we do, let's go to router 6, right? He should theoretically know only about this network right here. he don't really know about these networks. Why? Because these two routers are off for one, and two, there's no IP addressing on these interfaces, right? So he should theoretically, router 6 should theoretically know about just this network right here, this red line right here, right? Because there's a cable that is on, and it's in that network right there, right? He ain't gonna know about this network. Why? Because it's a remote network, and it's not being distributed to him. So he can either know it by either using a static route, or we can use EIGRP. And y'all know we keep it funky, so we ain't fucking with static routes this week. We did EIGRP, so we're gonna have EIGRP distributed in that network right there. So let's do that. Let's see what his routing table look like though. Router 6, right? Router 6. Yeah, it definitely was that buggy ass switch, man. I hate that, man. I hate that. I hate that it didn't work. I hate that. Show IP interface. Show IP route. Let's see what we know, what we have knowledge of. Probably just one connected route, one local route, right? Yes, just like I thought. So this network, that's that network right there, right? And then the local interface, 55.1, which is that pretty much that green dot right there, right? He said the desktop cores are much stronger than laptop cores, unless it's a brand new off-the-shelf laptop. Oh, hell no, it ain't. Matter of fact, this is a Lenovo P53 laptop, P51 laptop. Yeah, I believe so. I believe you're right. I do have a desktop PC, but it's over there by my daughter's bedroom and stuff like that. I like streaming in here. It's right next to my rack. I guess it is about time that I just get a desktop PC for in here. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd rather get a server. I would rather get a server and a rack mount server too, so that way you can fit in my little rack. Y'all know how I am with my hardware anyway, so I might just get a little hard a server, a Dell server specifically, one of those Power Edge ones or whatever, either R620, 610, one of those, and then and stick it in my rack right here. So what did I want to do? Let's do some redistribution. What we got to do here is, yeah, since we only know about that network, if we want to know about this network right here, we're going to have to redistribute that network into that. Right? So let's go to router 5 and do that. Go to router 5. Go to global config mode. And remember, when Paul Browning tricked us, he put two separate ASs, right? They're not going to know about those routes, those remote routes, unless they're redistributed into each other. So we're going to go to router EIGRP 700, right? And no, actually, we got to go to 50. What do we got to do? I think we got to go to the 50 and then do we got to do 700 and then go into 50, or 50 and then go into 700? I'm going to do this. I think we're going to go into 700 and redistribute it into 50. Or is it the other way around? I can't remember. Can't remember. Yeah, we want to redistribute into 50. So we do this. Redistribute and then EIGRP and then the AS number 50. Right? And then let's take a look at router 4 and see if not router 4, this guy right here, router 6, and see if he knows any new routes yet. Nope, not yet. So let's see if we can do the opposite now. So we're going to go to 50 and redistribute into 70. So we're going to do that. We'll back to router 5, right? Because he is going to be doing the redistribution. This is almost like the translator. That's how I think of redistribution. Shout out to Kevin Tran. He came up with that same exact analogy. The redistribution is like kind of like when you have one person speaking one language and another person speaking another language, and they're trying to communicate with each other, but obviously since they speak two different languages, they can't speak to each other. You in the middle are going to be the translator. So you're going to be taking everything he learned, because you know both languages, and translate it to this guy. So the middle person, the middleman, is basically the redistributor, right? This guy right here, he's kind of like he's doing the translating. He speak only French, which is EIGRP 50, and he speak only Spanish, which is EIGRP 700. They don't know, they theoretically speak two different languages, right? So he, even though they're both EIGRP, but they're different AS's numbers, right? So he is going to be redistributing between the two and let them speak to each other in a way, right? So we did what we did. We did 50 into 70 first. We did 700, we went into 700, and redistributed 50. Now we got to go into 50 and redistribute 700, right? So go to global config mode, router for EIGRP, what we do? We did 50. Yes, we did 50. So now we're going to go back to 50. We're going to redistribute EIGRP 700. Now let's go to router 6. Is he going to learn about those routes? Show IP routes. Yes, there he is. So now he learned about that route right there. So now he learned about this route in the blue. The D lets us know that he learned it through what? EIGRP. That's what the D means. I know it's weird, right? The D stands for diffusing update algorithm, right? And then the EX lets us know it's an external EIGRP route, right? And what do we know about EIGRP external? The AD is 170. Remember the cheat sheet? Where's that? Where you at, cheat sheet? Not that guy. This guy right here. External AD 170. So anytime we learn about an external EIGRP route, the AD or administrative distance is going to be 170. That's what that is, right? This is the metric 3072. We learned it how? Through the interface 205.10.55.2. What's that? 205.10.55. He's that 1 and he's that 2. That's how we learned about that route. That way right there. Yeah, with me so far? He said, good evening, NetworkBruh. What's the miracle you're not using hardware? I know, man. Listen. Well, good point, Geek Master. The reason why is typically I don't stream on Fridays, right? And when I do stream on Fridays, I just have this segment called Freestyle Fridays where we learn about all the stuff we learned from Monday through Thursday, and then just kind of mix and match all of those networks up on Friday, right? Because hence the name Freestyle Friday. Now, it would be a little hard for me to kind of, change the plug here, move this router there, change the plug here, and then you guys ain't going to be able to see the topology. So that's why I said I'm going to use virtualization when I'm doing the Freestyle Fridays. Y'all can see me move the routers and the labeling and cabling and all of that stuff, right? It would be hard for me to kind of do that when I'm actually using my hardware and stuff. So, yeah, we did some redistribution. I wish I can cross these off, right? So we did some, come on, man. So we did some EIGRP redistribution. We did trunking and VTP before the switches broke. We did, what else? We didn't do any OSPF. Let's set up an OSPF network somewhere. Where do you get your hardware from? Let me see. Most of this, I'd say about half of this I got from eBay. I have 4 3750s. I got those from eBay. How much? I think they were, excuse me, how much were they? They came up to like $160 all together. So about 40 bucks a piece, something like that. They're version 2, PoE, and 24 ports. I also have some 1841 routers. I got those from a guy off of eBay as well. But he actually was local. He was actually here around the corner, right? I bought 3 of them from him. No, I bought one from him for like 20 bucks. And I was like, hey, man, instead of paying the shipping, do you mind if I just come over there and pick it up? And he's like, yeah, that's fine. So I went over there, picked it up, and lo and behold, this dude was like a network engineer, and he worked for an ISP, and he said he had tons of equipment that they were just gonna toss. They didn't even have the time to send it to an e-recycler. So he said, I'll take them off your hands, and he kept them on his hands, and they just sat in his fucking garage. So now he's just trying to get rid of this shit, right? So I'm like, hey, I'll take them off your hands. So he had a whole bunch more. I bought that one. So yeah, I bought them from him from Craigslist. From eBay. What else? I bought these other ones, some 2821s. I bought 6 of those for like 50 bucks. I bought those from an app called OfferUp, which is kind of like Craigslist. And what else did I get? This 1921 router I got off of eBay for like 40 bucks. So that's pretty much it. That's all I got as far as my hardware goes. Oh, and then the guy threw in a bunch of other 891 routers. So just like he just gave them to me. So 4 of them. So, bro, you still got the Connect? What you mean by that? The Connect? Oh, yeah, I still got the guy's contact info. Yeah, if you want, just send me an info. I think he's still got some more stuff, but you might have to pay for shipping, which could be a little costly. You need a badass server and then run EVE-NG. Good point, Kobe. I am thinking about doing that. But not necessarily EVE-NG. I know I haven't really been having good luck with EVE-NG, and obviously not so much with GNS3 either, with this fucking hanging cable right here, but that I can't even delete. because there's an error right there. But that must be some kind of bug. But I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm giving me a server. But y'all know I love my hardware, so I'm going to keep doing that until that fails me. And that has yet to fail me. GNS3 has obviously failed me tonight. Even G has failed me earlier throughout the week. So my trusty hardware, I'm still holding on strong with the hardware. It's all good though. So we did some Eigrp Redistribution. Let's do some OSPF. I'm going to set up OSPF between these two right here. Single area OSPF, right? Y'all remember what that is, right? Let's power him on. Bloop. Console into him. Bloop. And while he boots up, because we know he's going to take forever because I got a laptop that is a single core, let's bring up some fun facts about OSPF. Bloop. Y'all make sure y'all join packetlife.net, right? Or visit packetlife.net. He's got a whole bunch of cheat sheets on there, man. This is what the OSPF header looks like. So when you're doing like a Wireshark capture and stuff like that, you'll see this information. What version of OSPF it is, right? There's two versions, right? Version 2. And also, which is for IPv4. And there's also OSPF version 3, which is for IPv6, right? The type, I can't remember what the type is. The length of the header, the router ID. Remember, we can set the router ID like we did earlier this week. The area ID, right? Because remember, they're set. OSPF does not work with autonomous systems. OSPF works with areas, right? We start off with area 0, which is the backbone area, and then you move on from there if you want to have other areas and stuff like that. But you always start with area 0, which is known as backbone area, right? All this other shit, that's not too much of a concern for us right now until we do some Wireshark captures. What else? Now this is some real tricky stuff right here. I noticed these are what's called LSAs, right? So it gives all of this information to build our OSPF database so we can learn about all these different routes, right? There's actually more LSAs than this. There's type 1, type 3, type 3, 4, 5, and 7, right? There's actually like, I want to say like 11 of them, right? But you have to be at like the CCIE level to kind of like know all of that. But for CCNA, these are the ones we need to know, right? Actually, for CCNA, I think you only need to know about those 5. Then they add this one into CCNP. But I don't want to do too much of a deep dive with that. But these are the rest of the fun facts. It is a link state type of protocol, which means it makes changes when there's a change. It makes like changes to the routes when a link changes. So if we have a link that goes down, that's when it recalculates the routes and stuff like that, right? It uses the Dijkstra's algorithm, right? Because the dude that invented the shit, the math, all this shit behind it, his name was I can't remember his first name, but obviously his last name was Dijkstra, and he was like a German physicist or some shit like that, right? The metric is cost and bandwidth, or cost times bandwidth in this case, right? Administrative distance is 110, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? Just join packetlife.net for this cheat sheet right here, and there's a whole bunch of cheat sheets on there. So, and I think he's powering on right now, router 2. We're gonna set these two, router 2 and router 6, make them make them OSPF neighbors, right? Single area. We're gonna put in area 0, and then what are we gonna do after that? What else we got left? We still got RIP. We still got RIP to do. I know I ain't gonna go all night, man. I know y'all like ready to go and shit, man. He said I would just use GNS3 to draw the topology and use your hardware. You have more routers than I thought. Yeah, man. I got like, I want to say about 16 routers, man, and I got most of them for cheap on the low, man. I got them cheap. Well, man, they weren't really on the low. Like the dude that sold me the 6 2821 routers, he had them on Craigslist for like 6 months. I mean, an offer up for like 6 months, and nobody was getting them. I'm like, why is, like, this is a steal right here. But when I finally got them from him, they were running version 12. These things are super loud. He just was like, you can have them, bro. $50, man, all of them. I was like, word? Oh, shit. Actually, he gave them to me like $40, I want to say. It was 6 of them. But they take up 2U on the rack. It was still a good deal, though. They come in handy. I use one of them as my terminal server. Did router 2 wake up yet? I think he woke up. Where's router 2? He's still waking up. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Look at this, man. I'm tired of the girl. Let's go back to let's go back to the dude. The CPU hog message. That's a good idea though, Pete. Use GNS3 to draw my topology and then use my hardware. That's a very good point. Or I could just use like draw IO. and then take a snapshot of that. But then I want to be moving cables and stuff like that. That's the only thing. I don't know. We'll see. But look at these. Look at this, man. Y'all know how I am with my hardware, man. I just love my hardware. I don't run into shit like this. Like my routers wake up on time. They ready to lab. Router 2. Interface GI00. We'll put that IP address in. I don't know. Let's put this in the 172 network. I guess we'll put that in another private network. We'll put that in 172.20 or 31.10.0 network, right? And he'll be .1 and he'll be .2. We'll do that. Or we'll make him .1. We'll make him .2. Or vice versa. Who knows? Yes. He'll be .1 and he'll be .2 since he's router 2. Right? You with me so far? We'll put that in the /24 network. Right? And then we'll say this is OSPF area 0. Right? We'll do that. I guess we can put a circle there. Bloop. Bloop. Come on, man. Delete that. And then we'll go the other way around. Style. Am I going the right way? I'm at the wrong way. Not 12, but the other way. -12. No, keep going. Y'all know where I am, man. Fill color. We'll put it that way. Apply. Make it smaller. Okay. Oh. Alright, lower that guy. Alright, so that's area 0. You with me so far? He said, yeah, just like you screenshot the 101 labs. What he said? Hold on. Reddit Home Sales Lab has some deals. Yes, I've seen that a lot too. I see a lot of servers on Reddit Home Labs for sure. Don't trigger him, Kobe. I know, man. Listen, I'm trying to stay away from buying hardware, any more hardware. I don't need it anymore, man. I'm in South Florida too. That's what's up, man. I'm actually in Central Florida, so that's what's up, bro. Great to get hooked up with the extra gear for sure. I would just use it. Yep, just like you screenshot the one last. Okay, so cool. We did the labeling there. What else we wanted to do with router 2? Let's put him in area 0, right? His IP address is gonna be 172.31.10. He's gonna be .2/24 subnet. I hope you guys are labbing too, man. Make sure you use the technology that we learned this week. Don't shut that bad boy. Get it out. We're gonna put it in router OSPF. Let's say 800. I don't know why. Network address is gonna be 172.31.10.0 network. 000.255. Oops, we gotta put the area 0, and then we gotta go to router 6 and do the same thing. So configure terminal, router EIGRP. I'm sorry, not EIGRP. Is that router 6? Yes, router 6. So I'm gonna go here and make him a neighbor with him, right? OSPF neighbors, right? Right. So OSPF. I'm gonna put him not in 800. Yeah, we'll do 800. We'll do 800. No, let's do 600, right? Remember, because they don't have to match, right? I'm just doing that just to prove that to y'all. 172.31.10.0 subnet, 000.255, area 0. They should become neighbors. And if they do, then I've been having much better luck with the routers than with those layer 3 switches, man. Router 6 and router, what was that? Router 2, right? Yes. Router 6 and router 2 should have became neighbors. Let's see. Did we put GI02? Did we bring that up on router 6? Let's see. I think that's the reason why. Show IP interface brief. Router 6 is GI02, doesn't even have an IP address. That's why. So that interface right there doesn't even have an IP address. We need to fix that. So go to global config mode, interface GI02, oops, 02. His IP address is 172.31. How many topologies, how many networks did you, or how many technologies did you guys use so far, right? So far we did the trunking and VTP before it broke. Hold on. We were doing single area right now. I'm going to set up a DHCP server in here somewhere as well. 31.10. He's supposed to be dot 1 000 dot. No, my bad. Dot 1 255.255.255.0. No shut that bad boy. That should theoretically make them become OSPF neighbors. That interface is up. There's the OSPF neighbors right there. Process 600, loading to full. And then the other guy, router 2, is right here. His process is 800, right? Like I said, they don't have to match, but it's good practice to make the match so that way you don't get confused. Because now I got this guy running in 800 and this guy running in 600. Or was it vice versa? I can't even remember at this point. Yeah, router, see, he's router 2. I need to change his host name, see? Router 2 is running process 800. Exit. Host name R2. He's R2, right? Yeah, just like, okay. So, what else? We did single area OSPF now. So we did single area OSPF. Let's do a little DHCP server. Who are we going to have performing DHCP? This is going to be a tricky one. Let's see. So we don't have, we did VTP, but it broke. Remember, because of the switches, and that hanging cable right there is just a reminder of for us right there. What are we gonna do? Freestyle Fridays. Y'all want me that like button, man. I'm gonna make router 2 be a DHCP server. We're gonna have him hand out an IP address to this guy right over here. But he's gonna have to have some way to get there because this is an OSPF network and this is an Eigrp network. And we might have to do some redistribution from here to there. This is gonna be a really tricky one. This is gonna be a tricky one. It's gonna be a tricky one, y'all. Let's set up a DHCP pool real quick. Let's set up a DHCP pool. We're in console. We're console in the router 2, right? So let's go to global config mode. Yeah, I know what time it is when I start doing that shit right there, man. What am I streaming? About 2 hours into this so far, right? Let's create a DHCP pool. IP DHCP pool. Let's call it, I don't know. Let's call it the Browning. Let's call it Browning for Paul Browning. Shout out to Paul Browning, the author of this book right here, 101 Labs Cisco CCNA version 4. You get a copy of this from 101labs.net. This is where we got most of our labs from throughout the week. We're just kind of freestyling this week, today, all of the technologies that we learned. We're just mixing it up and putting it into this topology here. We'll hand out the network is going to be, let's put a private IP address, right? Let's do the 192. No, I don't want to do 182 because I want to give router 182 network. Let's have him hand out addresses in the 10 network. Let's see. I don't know. Yeah, let's just have them hand out addresses in the 192.168.55.0 network. Right? And then subnet mask of /24.255.255.0. Right? What else do we want to do? let's give a, I don't know, domain name of NetworkBruh.com coming soon. What else we want to do? We want to give, do we want to do a DNS server? No, we don't want to do a DNS server. Let's give a lease of 5 days. What else can we do? We got a network address. Let's exclude .1 because we don't want to give that address out, right? I don't know why. We just don't want to do it. IP, DHCP, excluded address, 192.168.55.1. Do you do subnet mask? No, you do high address to the low. So I just don't want to give out .1. That's it. That's all I want to do. I don't want to give out that address. We typically don't want to give out the .1 address because usually .1 is what? For your gateway, right? Y'all got any questions so far? It looked like my stream froze up there. I'm gonna refresh. Y'all hit me with a bruh if y'all can hear me because I got the little spinning circle there. Oh, now I can see what y'all put. Okay, yeah, that was the last thing y'all said. Okay, yeah, y'all hit me with that bruh, with that, you know, with a chat, with something in the chat. Hit me with a 1 or a bruh in the chat room because I had that spinning circle there, and it looked like it froze up that stream. So we got a DHCP pool in here. Let's see if we can give a hand. Let's see if we can hand out an address to. Who do we want to have an address handed out to? Let's hand it out. Let's hand it out to this guy. Let's hand it out to him, and then I want to have a RIP network too. Let's put that in the RIP network and see if that works too. So we're gonna put that in the RIP network. That's gonna be hard because he don't even have it. I wanted him to request an IP address. That's what I wanted him to do. Or we can have a PC in here. We'll hang a PC off of this. We'll have a PC hanging off of that and have him request for an IP address. We'll do that. Let's do that. We'll have a PC hanging there. And we'll put him right there. We'll have RIP in this network right here. So we'll have that right there. The PC is here. We'll cable him up directly to the router. We're going to make this a RIP network. So that'll knock out RIP on our task list there. So we got OSPF right there. We got Eigrp right here. We got Eigrp right here as well. So we're gonna put RIP over here, right? I know it's kind of messy here, but that's what Freestyle Fridays is all about, right? Let's put a circle there, right? I'm gonna make this a little smaller. Bloop. Right here. Style. We wanted to go this way or that way? The other way, right? Bloop. Keep going. Bloop. Move him over. Change the color, not the border, but the other one. Right? You guys are doing the stuff along with me, right? Just make sure you are doing stuff from this list of things we're doing here, right? Single area OSPF, DHCP, InterVLAN routing, STP root bridge. We don't have to do something about that root bridge because our switches are buggy. That's my problem with the STP root bridge and RSTP. We did Eigrp Redistribution, CHAP and PAP with fallback, CHAP with PAP fallback, RIP version 2, trunking and VTP, static IPv6 routes, and switchboard security. So let me lower this. Lower. Oh, we got an error. Don't do me like that, bro. Could not write topology. Interesting. Power him on. Bloop. Don't do me like that, man. Don't do me like that, man. Console into him. What is going on, Professor Black Ops? Oh yeah, y'all hit me with the bro because y'all couldn't. It was freezing up there, so I have router 3 powering on right now. I'm going to set up. Let's change that color. I don't like that because he's close to the other color. gonna change him up to be purple, I guess, or this maroon color, whatever the fuck that is, right? And this is gonna be our RIP network right here. Where's the note? Nope. This is gonna be RIP version 2, right? So this is our RIP network. We got EIGRP right here. So we got RIP right here. We got EIGRP right here. We got another EIGRP process right here that we redistributed between the two right here. What else we want to do? We did OSPF between these two right here. We set up DHCP. We're going to see if we can get DHCP to go across here, across there, and have this guy request a DHCP address. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. That's going to be really tricky though, right? Because we're going to have him learn some routes from in here. We might have to do some redistribution between the two, right? What else we need to do? We might need to do some redistribution between those two. Oh, we did redistribution between these two, didn't we? No, I don't think we did. So we might have to set up redistribution between these two. And then between these two for this guy to request an IP address all the way over here. That's going to be tricky. Woo, that's a challenge right there. At least for me it is. I don't know how your guys' topology looks like, but mine is looking kind of funky now. Router 3, is he awake yet? He's still waking up. Definitely need to get a server, guys. So if y'all want to hand something out to me, man. Wow, what a miracle. Let's see. Did he wake up yet? Come on, router 3. Y'all, man, listen, man. I need to get a server, you guys. Look at this. And this is why I like my hardware, because y'all know my routers wake up quicker than this, man. I got too much going on this laptop here, man. You would think 16 gigs was enough to do stuff, but apparently not. Okay, he's waking up. Let's see. Tax. Hey, you did give us the Stig tip of the day today, didn't you, Professor Black Ops? I'm starting to forget what it was. I think it has something to do with oh, was it EIGRP authentication? Is that what it was? Can't remember. Still waking up over here. Oh my gosh, man. Anyway, what else we got here? In case you guys didn't get the chat for the cheat sheets, that's a link for that cheat sheet right there, for all of those cheat sheets, man. It has EIGRP, all this stuff right here that I pulled up earlier. I guess while these routers are coming up, we have this cheat sheet for OSPF, right? This is the metric formula. We can set up authentication with MD5 hash or plain text. I know Professor Black Ops is kind of cringing right now just seeing that word plain text right over there. So we don't want to set up authentication with that. We have the adjacency states that I was mentioning earlier. Remember, when they become neighbors, it starts off in a down state. Then it attempts to look for a neighbor, init or initialize. Then it goes in two-way mode. And then with the designated router, it goes into X start, exchange, loading, and then full. These are adjacency states that you want to get memorized. But remember, these are different. There's different things that happen during these states too. So you got to do a little bit of further reading on those adjacency states. What else we got going on here? The DR and BDR election. No, not the doctor. Or Dominican Republic, or whatever you think DR stands for. That actually is a designated router. The designated router serves as a common point for all adjacencies on a multi-axis segment. So basically, everybody gets their routes to the designated router. He is the man of the designated of the network. We can verify that with these commands right down here. Show IP. These are our show IP OSPF commands, right? So let's do. We did show IP OSPF neighbor already, right? Let's take a look at show IP OSPF interface, right? Did router 2 wake up yet? He's still waking up, and he's got these CPU hog messages. But let's go to router 2 real quick and take a look at what we had. Show IP OSPF. What we said? We said interface, neighbor, and border routers. Let's do that. Let's do interface. We should theoretically have only one router, one interface participating in OSPF. That's GI00, that right there, right? Do you have to actually type it in? No, you don't. And there it is right there. All this information that we can get from just that command right there. It tells us the IP address of that interface right there, what area it's in. It's in area 0, right? Right there, we can put it in there in the note. Area 0, which is the backbone area. It's attached to a network segment, is a broadcast network segment. Process 800. Remember, this guy's in process 800, whereas that one was in process, I believe it was 600, if I remember correctly, because I just felt like being funky with it. Didn't see Stig of the day. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and repeat that, Professor Black Ops, if you're still in the chat room there, what the Stig what he said. Yeah, Stig tip of the day was, I think it has something to do with Eigrp authentication and stuff, if I remember correctly. He said, looking to upgrade my Dell 1950 to R620. Geekmaster, that's the same exact model I was looking at, R620, for my CCNP collab lab. Oh, so you're getting the collaboration. That's what's up, man. Creed 9, what is the name of the cheat sheet site again? I put it in the chat room, packetlife.net/libraries, blah, 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 but I'm going to put it again. Let me see if I can pull it up. Oop. Come on. Come on, man. This is the link to those cheat sheets. There's a whole bunch of cheat sheets, not just OSPF and stuff like that, man. This guy named Jeremy Stretch, man. Great website. It's been out there for years, too, man. A lot of, like, anybody in the networking community can tell you about this site right here. You know, I don't think he's really updated it very often, but these cheat sheets, they've been around for a long time. I remember when I was studying for the Network Plus exam back in, like, 2011. I remember these cheat sheets. So, really good, a really good resource. Packetlife.net, man. Shout out to that guy for coming up with this stuff. Election does not occur on point-to-point or multi-point networks. So we're not going to see this right here. That's one thing to point out. We have a point-to-point network right here for OSPF. So we're not going to have a designated router and a backup designated router. Remember, designated router is the router that keeps it basically keeps all the OSPF routes. And everybody talks to him to get their OSPF database network information, right? There's also a backup designated router. He is the one just in case the designated router goes down. But notice, we only got 2 routers here, so we don't need to elect a vice president and a president. There's only 2 of us in here. So that's why there's no election there. And we can check right here. Typically, that information would be in here. But there is, it looks like there was one. Designated router is 10.2. Backup is 205.10. So basically this guy right here. He's the backup. So he's the designated router. He's the backup. But it don't really make sense because there's only 2 of us in here. Like, we get our routes from each other, if that makes any sense. Right? But yeah, Geekmaster, that's the same exact model I was looking at, R620. I've seen a couple on eBay. Some of them are even preloaded with EVNG and GNS3. They put all kind of stuff on there for you, but they kind of overprice it. But I like that, you know, it's prepackaged and things like that, and I don't feel like doing, you know, looking for all that fucking software. So that's why I've been looking into that, man. But yeah, the same exact model, R620, is what I was looking at, man. Let's see. I think router 3 decided to wake up finally. Let's go ahead and change him to router 3, hostname R3. We're going to make these 2 guys become RIP neighbors. And then I guess we'll do some redistribution between those 2. Maybe we got to do some redistribution between those 2. So that way, because the DHCP server is all the way in here. We need this guy to try to get a DHCP address. Right? Let's see. Router RIP. Oops. Router RIP. I think I'm gonna cut this short in a little bit, man, because I'm getting a bit tired here. Yeah, I know I said I was gonna try to We got most of the technologies here done so far. What network is this gonna be? I can't do the RIP yet. I need to put IP address. Let's put this in the let's put this in the 172.30.31.20 network. I'm gonna put a label here. Oops. So this is gonna be the 172.31.20.0/24 network. Right? With me so far? So he gonna be I guess he gonna be that one and he gonna be that two. We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll make router 3.1. So interface GI00 IP address is gonna be 172.31.20.1/24. No, shut that bad boy. Go to router 5. Where router 5 at? Where router 5 at? He router 5 right there. He got these CPU hog messages. Get out of that guy. Interface GI02. His IP address is 172.31.20. He gonna be .2 /24.0. No, shut that bad boy. Let's do a router RIP. Router RIP. And we'll put that network statement in there. 172.31.20.0 network. What else we want to do? Do the same thing on router 3. So that way they become neighbors, right? You with me so far? We got the CPU log messages over there. Router RIP. Oh, we got to put in version 2. Remember we did that? And then let's do no auto summary. Because this is version 2 we're supposed to be doing. Version 2. No auto summary. Same thing on router 3. Router RIP. Network. What network is that? 172.31.31.20.0 network. Version 2. No auto. Show IP routes. Do we know anything about RIP yet? Probably not, because it takes a while for RIP to kick in. Yeah, I know it takes a while for RIP to kick in, right? Not only that, he probably not gonna know about any external routes via RIP anyway, because they are directly connected to each other. So ain't nothing to really know about. Yeah, even though we put them two as router RIP neighbors, it's not like he has any. It's not like he has any routes that he doesn't know about. He's not gonna learn about any routes using RIP. So, but we should at least see some neighbors though, right? Show what? How you do neighbors for RIP? Show IP RIP neighbors. I never really ran that command, and it's gonna take a while before they come neighbors anyway. It's like every 60 seconds or something like that they get updates. Y'all with me so far? Like working with hardware as I work towards CCIE. Good point, Geek Master. So I mean, with you, for doing collaboration, you gonna definitely gonna need some hardware, right? Like you gonna need some physical phones and stuff like that. I know you use soft phones and everything, Finesse and Contact Center and shit like that, but that's gonna be kind of tricky with collaboration. How does that work out, man? I don't know, man. Patrick Canane, shout out to him. You know, he got his CCIE in collaboration. I know he got to use hardware, but he don't have like all this shit that I got right here, like all these routers and stuff. I mean, I got some phones too, but I know for the most part he uses. It's like y'all use a lot of software to lab and stuff. So we don't have a neighbor yet. How can we check? Let's go back to router 5. Where router 5 at? Show IP or show router RIP. No, show IP RIP neighbors. He ain't gonna show any neighbors that way. Nor is he gonna learn any routes. Can we redistribute RIP into Eigrp and vice versa? Let's do that. We're gonna use router 5 to do the redistribution here. Global config mode. We're gonna redistribute. We're gonna go to router Eigrp 50, right? So I'm going to redistribute the routes in this route into here and vice versa, right? With me so far? Router Eigrp, oops, 50, redistribute rip, right? That's all you got to do. You ain't got to do, oh, you got to change the metric, don't you? You can't just do router rip like that, can you? I don't know. I can't remember. But we didn't do redistribution for rip or, yeah, we didn't do rip redistribution this week. We did not do that. So this is kind of off topic here, but it is what it is. We're going to try it anyway, right? So redistribute rip into Eigrp 50. Now we got to do vice versa, right? We got to go to router rip and do redistribute Eigrp 50. And let's see if router 3 learned any new routes. He obviously has show IP routes. He should know about some Eigrp stuff. External Eigrp neighbors. Does he? Nope. Nope. I think we got to do those metrics. Can't remember. Damn, this shit's slow. Which is why I try to lab with you. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. But see, the thing is, I'm gonna be doing a route switch mostly, man. And that's why I like labbing with you guys too, though, because it keeps me accountable. I wasn't like this before. I used to do those tutorials, and like I said, I used to dread doing them. I used to drop a video like once a month. Now that I'm live streaming, like I'm like labbing with you guys like 4 times a week, man, and sometimes even 5. Look at Freestyle Friday. I'm just like, this is not like, this really holds me accountable, and I like that you guys, you look forward to labbing with me and stuff like that. I know this week or today is more of a, you know, how do I say, impromptu type of labbing, but this is fun for me too, because now we're experimenting here. Yeah, we didn't redistribute with route, and I don't know how I'm going to be able to get that to redistribute into that. I think you have to change the metrics for this to work, and I don't remember. Let's see. He's not even showing him as a neighbor. Show IP route. Let's see. I know he gonna know about some external routes from the 700. He gonna know about this stuff right here. Let's see. Well, he know he's like the middleman, so he gonna know about almost everything. Connected and local routes. Can we redistribute in here into there? We did that, but I think we got to change the metrics. That's the problem. That, I believe, is the problem. Router 3. Where router 3 at? Does he learn about new routes yet? Probably not. Nope. What's going on with my rip routes? What is going on with my rip routes? We put, let's take a look at the protocols on router 5. We're going to look at router 5 and see what protocols he got going on here. Show IP protocols. He is running rip, right? Application. There's the Eigrp 700, which is over here. There's the Eigrp 50, which is over here, with the broken ass cable below it. And there's RIP. Updates every 30 seconds. What interfaces in it? 02. So he sent 2 updates and received 2 updates. And he's redistributing 50, Eigrp 50 and RIP. So he should be distributing some routes in here, or at least participating in it. Where's router 3 at? Show IP protocols. Is he running RIP? He is. Redistributing RIP using GI00. Is that interface up? Interface brief. Extrude unassign. It's up. He's 20.1. It says redistributing RIP. What is our RIP? What is our oh, sorry, y'all. I am sorry, man. I really apologize for that. Let's see. Let's take a look at. Let's look at the short run section RIP. Take a look at that. Oh man, killing me. Send me a message, man. Router RIP version 2. All right. I'm falling down on Freestyle Friday. What you mean? What you mean? Professor Black Ops. We was trying to get what the Stig tip of the day was, man. I forgot what it was. Jason missed it. 172.30.0.0 network. Same thing with this guy, right? Router 5. My RIP ain't working, man. My RIP ain't working right now. Let's do this. Let's move on with RIP. Let's put let's do chap with PAP fallback. Let's put these two, even though that's not really on the CCNA exam anymore. They kind of, I think they took that, they did away with that topic. We'll put that with chap. So let's do this. Between router 5 and router 3. Go to global config mode. What did we do? How to do that? Encapsulation. We got to change the encapsulation. So interface GI 02 encapsulation. Oh, come on, man. PPP. No. Oh, that's right. Encapsulation. Y'all remember, see, this is why I love my hardware, man. PPP. No, you can't do it. Is it because we had to change something like the encapsulation? No, that wasn't it either. Chap. No. It's not a switch port right now. It is an IP address. PPP. That's all you can do. You can do enable, and that enables PPPoE. See there, and then group and all of that. No, we wanted to change the encapsulation. Right now it's set to HDLC, right? Encapsulation like that. So we can't even practice that. I'll take it as you said. Debug RIP on router 3. Good tip, Creed 9. Go to router 3. Let's debug some RIP here. Debug IP RIP. Let's see what's going on here, man. But we were sending and receiving some messages, so I don't know, man. Show IP RIP neighbor. He still don't see a neighbor. Router 3 and router 5 should have became neighbors, right? RIP neighbors. If we use those, there it is right there. Okay, good. Good tip there, Creed 9. So we did some debugging. He sent the version 2 update via GI00. 172.30.20.1. RIP build update entries, suppressing null update. What's going on with router? Router 5. We'll run a debug on that as well. Debug IP RIP. Take a look at what's going on over there. So he's sending an update to 224.0.0.9. That is the multicast address for RIP. Let's pull up some fun facts for RIP. And yes, that cheat sheet list that I gave you guys, that zip file, should have some cheat sheets on, should have some facts on RIP too, even though it's an old routing protocol. There it is right there, right? It is a distance vector routing protocol. The algorithm it uses is the Bellman-Ford algorithm. So basically the math behind it was pretty much discovered by those two guys, Bellman and Ford. I forgot what their names are. That's the administrative distance. By default, it's 120. right? A little higher than EIGRP and OSPF. We got a couple versions here, right? RIP version 1 was the original implementation. Version 2, which is what they wanted us to do this week, which introduced support for classless routing, authentication, triggered updates, and multicast announcements. And then basically RIP-NG, which is basically the IPv6 version of it. What else can we say about RIP version 2? Or actually RIP. This is a comparison chart between all three versions right here. And there's the broadcast address that it mentioned right there. 224.0.0.9. That's the advertising address. So it needs to send route RIP updates. It doesn't use it at multicast address right there. So that is what this message that we got here. Bloop, right there. Let's go to router 5 and see what we're seeing with the debugs there, right? Go to router 5. He's saying the same thing. He's sending updates to that router, 172.31.20.2, which is this guy right there. But that's it. That's all that happens. That is all that happens, man. I'll take it as Purple Team is the stig of the day. No, his stig of the day, I forgot what it was, man. Professor Black Ops, if he's still in here, man. That's what it was. Oh, I can't go back. I can't even go up that far. Let me see. You can do all. You can do live. And that's all you get. What if I do pop out? That's what I gotta do, I think. Nope, that's it. Yes. Live, all. No, I can't even go back that far, man. Restore. Okay, so yeah, I can't even go back that far. So what else we wanted to do, man? We can't even do chat. Our RIP is not working. We did the trunking in VTP, but before the switches crashed. For some reason, we can't get these two become RIP neighbors, right? Is that what was going on in this? Or the 3? Show IP RIP neighbors. Nope. I can't remember what we did wrong here. We did know all the summary. Who knows, who cares? Let's do this. What else did I want to do in here? I couldn't do the PPP, the CHAP with PAP fallback because that's not supported by these routers, I guess. Not this image that I have. Maybe on the other version 12 image, it'll work on, I don't know. Definitely worked on my hardware. Y'all remember when I did it on my hardware, right? This week. Let's do this. Let's set up some InterVLAN routing here. I'm gonna set up a sub interface. Set up a sub interface. Oh Jesus. Man, I'm gonna call it, y'all. We like damn near 3 hours into this stream, and I'm just like seeing these errors go across, and I'm just like, man, I'm done, man. That's it for Freestyle Fridays, man. You know what I'm gonna do though? Maybe I'll finish this tomorrow. Maybe I'll do another like a surprise, like a live stream or something, and we'll continue this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save these configs, and I'm gonna finish working on it on my own. So I'm gonna write to this guy, write to that guy, write to this guy. Bloop. They became neighbors. At least my OSPF and EIGRP worked, and my redistribution for that worked. I mean, the trunking in VTP worked before the switches crashed, so I guess that's good. Saving all my configs here. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, man. What else here? Yeah, I think that's it for the night, man. It's enough for Freestyle Friday. He said the switch must be configured to use 802.1x authentication on host-facing access switch ports. Malicious user could use a switch port to connect to an authorized piece of a computer or network device to inject or steal data from the network without detection. Black Ops, thanks. Yes, all good. Old people are dozing off. Yeah, man, I am dozing off here, man. I'm just like, I'm sitting here like trying to work, and then I see this damn, this debug come across. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? For some reason, I couldn't get them to go. So, but it's all good. We was able to get what we got. We got our single area OSPF going. We didn't get to our we built our DHCP pool, but I didn't get the PC to make a request for it. I even gave it a lease for Professor Black Ops right there. So what I wanted to do, what I was thinking about doing, was having this PC make a DHCP request all the way across this to that, because the pool lied in here. So I might have needed a helper address on two of these routers. So I might need a helper address in here and a helper address in there. I might need that. So that's what I think would happen. So I'm kind of introducing some other topics in here too. What else did we get done? Was going to do the STP root bridge before the freaking switches crashed. Before they crashed, we did get trunking and VTP going. Try to get RIP version 2 going over here in this purple box right here, but I don't know what happened that they didn't want to become neighbors. I don't know. I've never really ran show IP RIP neighbors to see what how that command looked like. So it's a good thing that I'm gonna practice that. What else did we do? I did not get my static IPv6 route going. Chap with PAP fallback. I didn't get that going because why? My routers don't even support it. I don't think my image supported that anyway. So what else? We got some Eigrp Redistribution going, and that was pretty much it, man. So only thing I'm missing is just a couple of these. We might need to maybe add a switch. It's just that y'all know that switch is kind of buggy. So, but that's it for me tonight. Enough Freestyle Friday for me. Maybe I'll do something tomorrow. Who knows? I think I got my daughter tomorrow, so I might not stream tomorrow. I might have to wait for Monday. Typically, we stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, y'all check me out then. For now, comment, like, subscribe to the network.